What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Constructed Chaos here after a 1 month hiatus of live streams.
Accidental.
Yeah. 3 of us went on vacation. We had a wonderful time. Thank you for asking. And then we got back and life happened. We just had a lot of catching up to do. So we are finally back, and we are back on our weekly schedule every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Back on our bullshit.
That is the day. That is the time. Here we are. Happy to be here. Happy to see all of the chatters here to have a good time too. And actually, one of these such chatters, Tabletop Beard, is tonight's sponsor. They have sponsored several streams in a row, and they have these amazing beard oils. If any of you out there have beards like many of us do, or even hair.
I'm working on it. I have one chin hair.
That's
one right
all
here.
you need to put
I
a
can
drop
just
of
put
oil.
a little tiny bit of oil on it.
All you need is a little bit of hard work.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll keep you all updated.
Today we're going to be trying out the Fighter Beard Oil, which is kind of like a smoky metallic scent. I really enjoy this one.
We desperately need some more fighter/physical, non-squishy spellcaster boys.
Hey, I am right here.
I know, and you have put in a ton of work, but if last combat meant anything,
I can turn into like a bear.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'm only squishy sometimes.
Honestly, this particular scent smells a lot like the candles I like to burn in my office.
Yeah.
It does.
So I'm already like, I'm going to be
so
on it
good in
tonight.
here.
I
it
can
reminds
feel
me. It reminds me of
thank
my grandparents.
We don't want to have
In
oily
the best way.
computers.
He would always smoke cigars at the end of the night. And this doesn't smell like that, or really have anything to do with
Yeah.
that.
But
he had a lot of leathery, you know what I mean, for his cigar equipment stuff. And this reminds me a lot of that.
Kind of
You know, at the risk of
thunder?
that's
Yeah,
thunder.
it was dark outside.
Desperately need that.
Cool.
At the risk of
I'm gonna sniff it, but I'm
sounding
not gonna use it.
really like macho, I guess. It reminds me of gun oil.
This one's so good.
The smell of gun oil.
Okay.
And like
Some in my hair.
like the leather of a knife sheath.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah,
very
like-
much so.
yeah.
Is this
They don't have
one? No.
Yeah, it's one.
This might be one of the manliest
I
scents
like-
in there.
I like
It's
it.
really
Yeah,
good.
this one is
Yeah.
Really good.
I like it
smoked
too.
weed
Yeah.
and steel.
Yeah.
OUD, I think.
Is that
what
how
it
you
says.
say that?
Weed?
Or ood?
Wood?
Ood sounds weird.
I don't know. Tabletop Beard.
I intentionally
Let us
said smoky metal because I didn't want to mispronounce
How
the
do you?
word.
How do we pronounce this?
Self-reporting over here.
We have to.
Oud
Look, there's
pronunciation. Ooh,
Wow.
There you go.
Wait, hold on. I have a YouTube video.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
us.
That's us.
That's us.
You do have a YouTube video. It's us. While we figure this
Clip
out,
it.
I'm going to go ahead and play a fresh ad that we
He
made
said
for Tabletop
oud.
Beard.
Time to roll that beautiful beam footage.
Well,
said-
no,
I said
it's
no.
not. Well, it is beam footage, but
I thought I was missing. Like sweating.
and we're back.
Great. Are we actually?
I mean,
You said that like right as
Right in
Everybody else like sweating.
I'm sweaty.
Now you get a peek into what we talk about while you guys are watching that.
Sweat.
We determine the sweat levels in the room.
Y'all,
Next
it's
week-
like 100 degrees
Yeah.
and it hasn't let up.
Yeah.
It's dark outside and it's 100 degrees.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, you might not get cool weather where you're at, but you do get a cool discount from Tabletop Beard. If you go to their
Good
website
segue.
and use code CHAOS20, they are offering 20%
Very
off.
nice.
Very, very nice, especially considering how high quality their oils and beard
Thank you,
balms
guys.
are.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone. I think we have a couple of other fun upgrades included in this intro.
Now it's time for our second set of bean food.
Oh.
Don't go anywhere.
The storm weathered and a thread severed. You and your companion steady yourselves on the other side of a foul omen. The turning of a new year in this post-Scar era has brought with it not celebration, but dark dreams and sour ends. As the blackened sky rolls back, a crowd gathers in apprehension to witness the ghastly shades all but vanish along with the obsidian spear wielded by your foe. Only Phaedron's twisted remains now decorate this silent court, as blood-like ichor stirs in with the rainwater puddled beneath, a villain's last desperate blemish on the world they leave behind. And yet you are reminded of this merchant's lasting impression here, his puppeteering of the Council of the Tides, and the other still missing obsidian weapons. Indeed, there is still work to be done. A pungent stench still hangs in the humid air of Eretheos.
Hey.
So,
That
So-
was beautiful
Hey.
bean footage.
Yeah.
Beautiful bean
It
footage.
was.
That's Alex's first time using Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Isn't it impressive?
yeah, I'm
He
learning,
did
I'm
that.
learning.
That's so cool.
Now we get to use that for all this stuff.
Look,
Yeah.
sometimes it's too real, okay? Like,
Isn't it good?
Sometimes
Well,
it's a little
good.
unreal.
yeah.
It's a little.
Speaking of things
Back
being a
there
little
all day.
too real, we rejoin the four of you, as well as Tristan,
Dead.
+1.
as Phaedron lies dead on the ground, and the storm that was encircling you only moments ago has all but cleared. The ghosts that plagued the crowds here all but vanished. The crowd now looks to the five of you. Without missing a beat, Tristan stows his halberd and begins
He says, okay, and I'm out.
walking towards Phaedron's dead body, looks it over, kneels down, and begins rummaging through one of the pockets on his pants. Pulls out a somewhat charred holy symbol, a sort of dream catcher of sorts with needles dangling at the ends, places it snugly around his neck, moves to the four of you. You fought well. I hope fate would determine our paths not cross under grave circumstances, but I would like to see you again one day. And he does a slight bow and a gesture and begins to move away.
I want to go check the body.
I want to catch Phaedron real quick off to the side.
Well, you mean Tristan?
that's
Yeah.
I was like, Phaedron's
Phaedron's
dead.
the dead guy, yeah.
Dead.
Hey,
And,
Adrian, real quick.
Hey, you, wake up.
Raise the dead. Where's the necromancer
Um,
when you need one?
I grabbed Tristan by the arm and I said, "What do you mean I'm cleansed now?"
You were.
Was it the spear?
That is not for me to know. You were at one time a wayward black thread, knowing that, like threads, sometimes come to join. I assumed you would lead me to Phaedron, and lead me you did.
And you were going to kill him.
It seems fate has deemed that you
Me?
be redeemed.
You were gonna kill me? You told me you weren't. Am I gonna have a problem with y'all in the future?
that remains to be seen.
That's reassuring.
Doesn't sound very fateful to me. Seems like you just decided. But
I do as my gods.
and then I will actually.
I do as my gods and my order command. I am beholden to them.
No, you've made that very clear.
And who?
It matters not how I feel about you individually.
Who's the diametrically aligned god of your faith?
The loom.
No, the diametrically aligned one. The opposite.
Who's the god all opposite?
You
can start worshiping them.
Exactly. How did you find out about this?
The gang turns into warlocks.
I would suppose that any god of
Quickly
chaos
adjust
would
my
be
logo.
diametrically opposed to the loom.
Okay.
The natural order of things, as it were.
Good to know. Hope I never see you again. Bye. I'll wink at him.
Be well. Stay the path. And he begins to move on, walking head held high without a care in the world as he crosses many of the festival goers. You see some of them kind of like just shy their eyes away from him, or some of them look on in amazement that he slayed a man in, well, not broad daylight, but broad stormlight, and is leaving without answering any questions.
So wait, was that him? Because I thought like Phaedron was dead when the lights came back on, and there was a fake Phaedron that we killed.
No, Phaedron was
Phaedron's body rose.
Oh, it was like possessed.
Okay.
Were you not paying attention, Rika?
Notably, as you trace Tristan's path out of the courtyard and towards the port, you see him cross several deceased partygoers, a couple of whom you recognize. You see in particular that of the council, only 3 have survived.
The bad ones.
Great, yeah, of course.
I want to check Phaedron's body.
The dwarf,
Okay.
steadfast and a bit unpliable, has found himself deceased, as well as the
made-
Triton woman.
Wait,
Little sneaky snake.
Yeah, I like to make you think one thing. Yeah.
So
the Triton woman and the dwarf.
and the
are
Triton woman
deceased.
had the spyglass, and the dwarf had the
The dwarf
dagger.
The dwarf didn't have anything.
The dwarf was
didn't
on
have
our
anything.
side.
No, the dwarf was like up in the air. Like,
That's right,
he
that's
was on
right.
the side.
He was
He was
pragmatic.
Switzerland.
But
Yeah.
he voted for us.
But he didn't have any of the items.
No.
So everybody with an item lived?
No.
No.
Not so. The people that are living,
Oh, okay.
Orlaith is still alive.
Mm.
The elven woman is still alive, and the half orc is still alive.
So Orlaith was
Half
the one
orc
that
had
we
the
were trying to get on our side, right?
Yeah, that Phaedron was forced to retire.
Gotcha.
The half orc was the one that had the. Picking his
Yeah,
With
picking
the
his
dagger.
trigger with the dagger.
And as you all lay eyes upon this scene, begin to process what happened and take best measure of how you can navigate your way out of this crisis now, armed
Crisis?
guards surround you, as they were.
Whoa!
So
whoa,
don't get to
whoa.
search Phaedron.
They draw out their spears and point them in your direction, while still giving you about 5 feet of maneuverability.
What?
Mage hand.
Yeah.
The elven woman walks slowly up to the crowd. Her strands of white, almost silverish hair, tousled and wet, no longer as elegant as it was moments ago. She still carries herself with the same grace, moves slowly, and holds a hand up. Perhaps you would like to explain what just happened.
We saved you all.
Yeah.
We were
Looks
right.
Looks like we slayed the
Phaedron made a deal with
a devil or
a
something.
evil entity, and was seeking only power, and it. Well, he got it.
It is not lost on me that this occurred while he was in possession of the very spear he said you brought here.
I didn't fucking do that.
the same spear which he stole the rest of the weapons for.
Right.
We've been watching a lot of that show.
You make your accusations, and we voted before. We were.
Does this not prove our accusations?
This proves only that you brought harm to our city.
It was,
Wait,
but
whoa.
it was Phaedron. It was very clearly Phaedron.
Yeah. Everything we said has come to fruition.
This proves that
everything
Tristan's-
that Weaver said.
You would mean for me to believe that Phaedron ended his own life by his own hand, fell to the ground, rose again with the very spear he claimed you brought.
He made a deal with
Yes.
somebody that ended his life.
Something.
He did not
Me.
kill himself
Also,
knowingly.
we didn't bring
No, we did not.
we didn't bring that spear in.
All of the weapons were stolen from us. We did not bring the spear.
He stole them and had many days with them on his own.
As she's kind of like looking over you, you
Also,
see her
I
hand
had
beginning
nothing
to
do with
falter.
these weapons.
Every single accusation that we brought against Phaedron had just been proven correct.
You see an elderly woman move up from the crowd and stifle herself before crying out, I think a commission should be arranged to investigate these happenings. Enough innocent blood has been shed tonight. You recognize his face as Orlaith.
Ah,
We second that motion.
yes.
But also,
The half-orc now joins in. Of course you would.
Oh,
After bringing such harm to the good people of the...
Where'd you get that dagger?
again, all these accusations being
Who gave you
placed
that
on
dagger?
us.
This is a family heirloom.
No, it's not.
It's funny because I had that dagger just a day ago before your friend who's dead over there wrongly accused us, stole it from me, and gave it to you.
Maybe you had one that looked kind of like it. I don't know.
Make a make a persuasion check against his deception at disadvantage. Because he's not great at it.
Wait, me at disadvantage?
No, he's at disadvantage.
Oh,
I am.
well.
Yeah, just re-roll it. You're good.
Okay, that was much better. Persuasion?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
The elven woman
Bit of twine.
rolls her eyes as Orlaith kind of looks on in hope, makes eye contact with her. All in favor of a commission and ending this charade, understanding exactly what happened to our city? Say aye. And she turns to Orlaith without missing a beat. Aye!
I'm trying
The
to
orc,
sound like
the
other
orc
people in
says
the crowd.
nothing. And then, moving her gaze back to the four of you, the elf says, aye. Orlaith, as this was your brainchild, I would expect that you be held accountable for whatever other actions befall this city.
Let it also not be known that you have a gift as well.
As I told your friend earlier, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's totally fair. But, Orlaith, you have this information.
Is there still a crowd?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a good crowd. I mean, some people are tending to the wounded or deceased, but for the most part, people are watching this unfold because it
I'm gonna-
Are we
determins the
surrounded?
fate of Eretheos.
Yeah, the
we're
guard's still
surrounded
like...
by guards.
The guards are still surrounded, but as the council comes into an agreement, the elf kind of drops her hand, and they stand at the ready with their spears at their sides now.
So,
Okay.
so the people that are around, are these like the bourgeoisie of, or is it everybody?
Like, are these the aristocrats, or are they just...
Uh,
the noblemen,
Yeah.
the gentry.
Are these, like, everybody? Like, commoners, wealthy...
These would be mostly wealthy people. Or all wealthy people, really.
Thanks for the sub in the chat.
Yeah.
I think we
Thank-
a sub and something else.
Thanks for the sub, and thanks for the $5.
Thanks.
The Hunter Van Skoy. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm gonna roll.
Heck yeah.
Let's see. Looks like a D20 is getting redeemed. from our friends at Tabletop Beard. Oh, we got a natural 20 in the chat. Big rolls from Tabletop. Thank you guys so
Tabletop.
much.
That's for making such great products, man.
Yes.
For anyone unaware, if you want to roll dice live on our stream to help out our players, you can use chaos points to see how our system works, and I will roll the dice on the stream for you. So basically, they can get blessed or inspired or even
Or a
advantages.
nat 20.
Or a nat 20 advantage.
And we need it.
Yeah.
We would be dead.
So
As the guards pull their spears back, I'm going to just scoff, push past one of them, and I'll go start spare the dying. Anyone that is like severely injured.
Okay, make a medicine check to see who you can get to and save and
I believe so.
quickly.
I'm gonna turn in the crowd and as loud as I can yell.
19.
Okay.
As loud as I can yell. Good people of Eretheos, how long will y'all let this corruption continue?
Make a persuasion check, but as you start to do this, the elf moves in your direction. I thought we were beyond this, and we were looking to find the truth,
Worried
not
are
to
we?
spread.
Worried are we?
We're what?
I said worried are we?
Oh.
Worried are we?
Sorry.
I thought you
I
said
thought you-
were we Darwin?
Darling.
Worried are we? You were looking at me and saying you were saying having a stroke right now?
Somebody call the ambulance. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm not worried about anything other than rampant misinformation spreading through the streets.
I think you're doing a pretty good job of that yourself.
Agreed. You are worried about the misinformation spreading?
Of course.
Is there anyone around the dwarf?
There are a couple of soldiers who are attempting to supply first aid. With your medicine check, you're able to identify a couple of people, a couple of nobles, well dressed, look like they were struck down, their faces aghast with horror. They are on the verge of death, not breathing, but you were able to bring them both back as they...
These are random people, or these are the...
No, they're random people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
the
Another
two
day.
council members are very dead.
My
I
computer's
assumed they would
restarting,
be just.
but I've been looking over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice.
I was gonna do
You say you want me
Balm
to
of
roll
the Summer
something?
Court and help him heal random people.
Okay.
So I can give out. I can heal 2 people, 1 HP.
Okay.
Or wait, no. I can heal them. 1 gets 4, 1 gets 6.
Okay. You're able to bring up a couple more people that the guards are working on. For the most part, the people that have fallen in this battle are dead. I mean, mechanically, I let you know the ghosts like set your hit points lower, so a lot
Even
of
if you
them
heal
are
them, like, you can't
there.
do
There is
anything.
there is
So
no
they're
life
dead.
left, but you are able to save 4 people who were on the very brink.
Good. Okay, sweet.
Second thing, we have 2 tabletop beard shirts that just got delivered.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're right here.
Oh, that's what
just
that was.
came in,
thanks for the shirts, tabletop.
Yeah.
We'll start repping soon.
Surprises throughout the stream. Come on.
Good
Would
timing.
it be possible for me to fake helping people, but like see if they've got anything on their bodies?
Oh my god.
Like check a pulse and then just be like, and feel around and like
Coin purse.
Check
Check
a
if
pulse
they got-
in their
Oh
pocket.
yeah.
This
well,
man-
check their pulse on their
yeah.
wrist, but like put their
Like,
wrist in
yeah,
their pocket.
yeah. This man's dead, Jim.
So Pete,
So what'd you roll in your persuasion?
I don't know. You didn't tell me what to roll. So
Yeah, sorry,
Roll
sorry.
persuasion. Not good.
Get it, man.
10.
10. You see some people kind of look at you oddly. There are not many that appear to be receptive to your message. And it begins to dawn on you that whatever message of rebellion you might be preaching, you're definitely preaching it to the wrong people.
That's what I was thinking.
Here
about.
on Anir, they're
yep.
happy with the way things are. Orlaith begins to approach the two of you now that you two are kind of dispersed in the crowd helping people.
Wait, I also went to the crowd to fake help people to try to steal money.
Oh, that's what you were doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Sleight of hand check.
I just don't like. I want to be on dead bodies, but I don't want anybody. I'm like, they're helping people, and be like, I'm helping too. But I'm like taking money out of the dead bodies' pockets.
Be
Okay.
on the dead body. Yeah.
So sleight of hand, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, that's a 6. That was almost an 18, but it was a 6 instead.
A guard who you didn't notice standing right beside you reaches down, snatches up your hand, looks you in the eye, and says,
The council may have ruled, but you're not helping your case.
I'm trying to help these people.
You're trying to help yourself.
If you don't want me to help them, then I won't, and I'll kind of like back away.
I've got my eye on you.
Thanks for the sub, Brett.
How many does this guy have an eye patch?
Got another
No.
I got this eye on you.
Is it a super chat? Yeah, we got one. I'm the member.
Wow.
Brett.
Thanks, Brett.
Brett.
Welcome to the chaos, man.
Yes.
So, as you guys are kind of sorting yourselves out, Orlaith approaches the two of you. I don't know when you'd like to get started, but obviously I'd like your help in the investigation.
Absolutely.
Should we move now?
There are
Sooner the better, I would
two
say.
dead council members and many obsidian weapons still missing. I think we should move quickly.
Yeah.
She kind of like leans in a bit so she's not saying quite as much as loudly. I come from a merchant family. I don't know much about this, so I'll defer to your judgment. Where would you like to begin?
What's his name's
Quarters.
place of work?
Yeah,
Phaedron's place of.
I think we need to start with Phaedron's quarters because he obviously made a deal with somebody. Also, if you could round up the tabaxi lady that was helping him.
The tabaxi woman?
What was her
Oh
name?
my God!
Anybody
Yes,
got her name?
that devil woman.
You would remember the name Luciana.
Luciana.
Thank you.
That's
I
what
was-
it was. Oh, right there. Yeah. I was like,
The longest 24 hours.
A tabaxi lady named Luciana
I'll
waylaid us at his behest.
put some people on it and see what I can do.
Might be able to find her at the Iron Market.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
Yep.
Yeah.
Iron
The
Fair.
Iron Fair.
Iron
there
Fair.
you go.
Our men don't normally go there. We're not. I'll see what I can do. She calls over a couple of guards and begins explaining the situation. You overhear her say that they may need to go undercover, adopt disguises, and search the Iron Fair for a tabaxi woman that matches the description you've given.
Or should we go get her?
If they don't return, we'll go get her.
Hunt for blood. There are 2 women now on that island that they're
Yeah.
coming for.
Yeah, I think those are the best places to start. Now, one thing, you cannot give up your seat now.
Well, no, there are 2 dead council people. I do
Right.
not think
A look of-
Are they
of-
gonna? What's gonna happen with the council members? Do we have to wait until next year? Are they gonna vote again today to see if they can fill those spots?
The council members are not placed into their offices by vote.
I thought y'all voted on
Phaedron.
whether or not Phaedron was
Not
gonna-
democratic vote.
Oh yeah.
The council seats will need to be filled.
Rich.
Yes.
Doing weird things.
With whom I'm not sure.
Who's gonna appoint those seats?
It'll be between the 3 remaining council members,
Oh great.
myself included. I
Be wary of the other 2.
Yeah.
They were
was
deeply
looking
in
forward to
Phaedron's pocket.
retirement, but I'll.
You know what
This city
Phaedron
still
was
needs
trying to
me.
do to you, right? Did
The
you have
extent of that is not made clear to me yet, but I'm sure our investigation will show us what I need to know.
Okay. Let's go check out his
So
Hey, if we kill the other 2, Then she just
Are you
avoids
saying? Are you actually saying this?
There's 4 of us. We could just run this down.
That's where I was going with that.
I want to kind of very quickly, I guess. I know we kind of told the council people, like, as in front of everybody, like, what happened. But I want to run down our layeth on, like, look, I got here. It was a trap, apparently.
There
like,
was a
Phaedron. The fancy clothes man was Phaedron.
Right.
And he's the one that blah, blah, blah. This forgery is a forgery of a forgery. And
That's
just
right.
go through the, yeah.
that we forged.
Yeah.
Thank you
No, I'm
for
just going through.
the
I'm being
gifted membership.
honest and blatant.
Whoa, tabletop.
Thank you, Tabletop.
Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Too good to us.
If anyone in the chat is curious, on YouTube you do have to go and accept memberships.
Yes.
It's free, so you might as well join the Chaos Crew. We'll give you a shout out every month.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Captain Brownbeard,
as well as some
Bartley,
Chaos points.
Ollie, Sam, and Andres. Welcome.
Welcome,
Nice.
welcome
Welcome,
everyone.
guys.
Welcome to the fam.
Very nice.
Welcome.
Wow, the chaos grows.
Welcome
As
to
we move
chaos.
along, I do have to
I
add
love
these
you.
points manually, so forgive me if there's a bit of a delay, but I am keeping track of it, and I will be adding them as I can. So you're explaining to Orlaith everything that's happening, Drazad, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Basically,
That's happened.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like go into the details of.
The shady shit we did where like we stole money and
Yeah, I'll
Pretended to
definitely
be
leave that
an
stuff
owl.
out. I'll probably leave out like the depths
Squirrel,
and stuff like
rabbit,
that. to a
owl.
All the bad
degree.
things we did.
Right.
Yeah.
no zealous.
We're not bad. We're morally
Yeah.
ambiguous.
Yeah.
Morally ambiguous. That's the one.
Like obviously she knows went to the Iron Fair, but like I obviously I want to leave the depths part out.
Where is your hat?
You know.
Oh, it's back there.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And just give it just a quick like how Drazad normally would be. Okay, so listen. Oh, wait, this is what happened. I got here, and the fancy clothes man, he wouldn't let me in,
Craziest
right?
thing
Yeah,
happened.
Crazy.
And to confirm, you guys want to search his quarters or his office?
Both.
Both.
They are separate places.
Office
Which one
first.
first?
We
Yeah,
can split
wherever
up.
he attacked us, that was his office, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that.
We
Okay.
can split up.
So
Yeah.
it's up to you guys.
I'll split up. We can
Party
go to
split.
his house.
Yeah.
We'll go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're splitting the
Splitting the
party.
party.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna die.
Oh, actually, I'm just now realizing this. Orlaith would not allow you to split up.
Never mind.
She's
Why?
she's got to keep an eye on everybody.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's coming.
I was like, who's she going with? And I was like, no, she's not going to let
Yeah.
you guys just have the run
Okay,
of
so
it.
then we'll start in the office.
Yeah.
We'll Scooby Doo it, but stay all together.
Yeah.
So in that case, we're walking towards the office. You're explaining this. Make a persuasion check to see how persuasive you are with your.
I'm in a silly
Can I
mood
help him?
today.
Can I roll to help him?
Sure. I mean, you're there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. 12.
8.
I'm good at that.
Okay.
You are very good at that. Based on what you rolled, then you got a 12.
I always knew Phaedron had his hand in the wrong honeypots, but it sounds like he was more troubled than I knew, and I'm very glad
I mean, I knew he was corrupt, but I didn't know he was a freak too.
everyone's at least a little corrupt this side
You
of
would say a little freaky.
Erytheos.
I was like, ooh.
That's what I thought too.
I've been here a long time, and as much as I enjoy certain privileges of being on the council, I am one of the only members that has ever wished for it to be dissolved.
Hey.
Do you
that
understand what
for
he
you.
was trying to do to you?
Easily.
Like, do you realize?
I understand
like,
what you're telling me.
No, but like,
I was
Like,
trying to frame you.
he was manipulating you into giving up your seat. Like, time out. Like, if I,
I'm out.
yeah, if just for a second, Orlaith,
We all stop walking.
think that everything I said is true. Does it not make sense? Does it not line up? Do those circumstances not fall within exactly the way you've been manipulated over the past couple days or weeks?
Do not be confused on this. I was offering my seat, stepping down willingly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up in my years, and I have a grandchild in Nivira. I was going to go and
What's
Visit.
her name?
I actually have it here. I actually do. And I have
What's
to
your
look it up.
granddaughter's name?
What a weirdo.
What's her name?
I actually have it. You're not going to believe me, but it's right here. I have so many notes. Hang on.
What? Why
I swear it's in here.
Granddaughter, what's her name?
Why would you ask that question? There are 2 council members dead. For once, can we talk about the socio-political and economic state of this place?
I can't
Instead of
believe
not-
you're saying that so fast every time.
In that accent.
So hard.
So perfectly. Oh my gosh.
Her name is Finnegal Farrow. She works as an understudy for a very talented gnomish inventor in the city.
Okay.
Wait, where's the city?
Anybody wrote that name down?
Nivera.
I want it so bad.
It's the capital of the Grixton Republic.
Ah.
Fantastic city if you've never been.
How? So I know you said she's old-ish. Like she's human, right? The
She
old lady?
is human.
Cannot think
Like-
right now.
Like 75.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah,
she's like
she's up
Maggie
there.
Smith's age,
Oh,
right?
so her like daughter or granddaughter is like 20s, 30s.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like Maggie Smith. Like, yeah.
What was your granddaughter's name again?
Finnegal Farrow.
Cool. Thank you.
It's like Finnegan, but Gale.
Yeah. Like you're very vested in taking time off and going to see her, right?
Well, there was a dual purpose to the trip. One of the things they're working on required some special components. I was going to take a ship there myself and deliver them to them.
What kind of special components?
Make a persuasion check. Low DC.
Damn it.
I'm rolling really well on those,
I know.
which is good because my persuasion is +1. 18.
Whoa.
Okay. The particulars escape me, but it was crafted in Freudan by the dwarves there. Gnomish tinkering is good for inventing things, but sometimes you need the exact science that Freudan can offer. And as I understand it, these metal components are much lighter than the wooden ones that the tinkerers in Nivera may have been able to supply.
And what exactly are they making?
Simply put, it's a flying machine.
Oh. Interesting.
Would we know
Yeah.
what happened in Grixton? What was it, like a couple hundred years ago?
Speaking of Vidnica falling,
Yeah. And a floating island?
make a history check.
Okay, I'm a little lost.
It's over 20.
So we talked about her granddaughter
We're still talking about the
doing. What did she do?
She works as
for
an
a gnomish,
understudy
Making
under
planes.
a gnomish inventor in Nivera.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just found out that they're making planes.
How did
Air
we get
gnome.
to Grixton from that?
Well, Nivera is the capital of Grixton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't go far, girl. Don't worry.
I was like,
Yeah, no.
We didn't
You
go
were
far,
confused because we are in the exact same spot.
yeah.
21 on my history check. Oh.
6d8. Very nice. Thank you, Brett.
he also gave
Could
us
have
a
used that
D-
to steal the money.
He also gave us a D4 earlier.
Yeah, could have.
Okay, so
And what was your...
21 on my history check to see if we know about the island.
You have not been here long, but in your study, your search for knowledge,
I gotta
you have heard of the Vidnikin Plateau and some very surface level knowledge of how that plateau came to be. You understand that it was a floating isle that fell. You don't know how or why.
Would this flying contraption have anything to do with the Vidnica Plateau? That's what it was called?
Vidnikin
The
Plateau.
Vidnican Plateau.
Yes. In fact, it is their goal to reach the Vidnikin Plateau. It's
Oh.
not an easy place to get to.
So they're not inspired by how it came to be there? To create
How
these
it-
flying machines.
How it came to be there has inspired many people to search for knowledge over these last years. The Vidthinken Plateau is the center for all the best scholars in the region. Arriving there is sort of a rite of passage.
Is Vithnica not still a floating island?
No, it crashed
That's right.
in the previous campaign.
Right, that's right, it did do that.
And I'm framing my character's curiosity to satisfy my own curiosity of out of character. Are they using souls to make their flying machines, basically? Because we know that's what was being used to power Vidtnica.
Or Lathe. Only ask about her and your purpose and your
I can't
drive
ask.
to remind you of what's important. And families are important. Your family's important. Your relationship's important. And the people of Eretheos have families and those relationships too. And this guy was at the heart of a bunch of plots to manipulate not only you but them. So
So I've heard.
yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to gather enough proof to back up your findings. Where here, as she arrives, she takes out one of her keys, a ring, and unlocks the door, opens it. And inside you see an all too familiar space, a room decorated with no small number of interesting artifacts from all around the continent, as well as a desk on the far side from which Phaedron commanded the guards to accost you
Is there a
only
cat in the corner?
days prior.
I'm gonna immediately
Yeah.
sit and start to ritual cast detect magic.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Sweet.
What were you gonna?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
You begin to ritual cast detect
Y'all both
magic.
start
While you're
ritual
doing that
casting,
is
like,
We're just like looking at each other, flipping through books.
It takes 10 minutes no matter what you do.
Yeah, can we split it?
Yeah.
Can you help him?
The book catches fire while we're flipping through it.
Yeah, I'll
Like the fastest reader in the world. Y'all seen that video?
Yeah.
as we walk in and cross the threshold, you'll see Drazad kind of glance into the corners of the room, into any of the shadows to see if Luciana's in here. And then
Where you get stabbed in the back.
exactly.
make a perception check.
And
No, she stabbed you in the front.
she's here. I know.
She snuck right up in front of you. Like,
21.
You walk in and immediately turn, and she's like,
Yeah.
With your 21, you see a cat-like figure is not present in the room. I love doing that. It's so much
I was
fun.
like, guiding bolt, second level, right there.
get that bitch.
Entangle.
She's dead.
Looking across the room, you see much of it is still in order.
Yeah.
The few pieces of artifact material that may have been knocked off the wall in your tussle before have been placed back in almost OCD fashion, exactly as they were. And looking out across the desk, you notice there are no papers. There are no pins even. It's almost a clean slate.
How long were we in the cell for?
You were in there for a day and a half.
Oh, this is pointless. Why did we come here? This room will be clean. I'll go start digging through the desk.
Okay.
I'll help him.
With your 21 perception, as you're moving towards the desk, you open the drawers and you see that there are some loose documents in there. You flip through them. They appear to be nothing of much value other than just profit reports for certain clean shipments that have run through the Sapphire Port. But as you close the main drawer, when you close it, you hear a rattle. Almost as if there might be something underneath.
Rip the drawer.
Like, it sounds like like something is loosely rattling underneath, or like there's a latch underneath.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, I'll pull the drawer all the way out, and probably frustrated, kind of like shake it a little bit. I won't yank it out, but I'll try to figure out like where I'm hearing this rattle.
Are we back in the
Sure thing.
like cells where we were?
No,
We're
we're
in
in
the office.
You're in his office.
Where I
we
got
fought
stabbed.
all the people.
That's right.
Pulling the drawer out, you can actually see underneath is a latched bottom that would open up to likely reveal a hidden compartment. Though it is locked and you don't have the key for it.
Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna rip the entire drawer out of the desk.
Okay, make an athletics check for me.
Dope. It's a natural 1, so 4.
You go to yank the drawer out and it thuds. The desk sort of screeches across the floor a little bit, making scuffs along the wood. But the drawer itself is well attached.
I look up to see if anybody notices.
Can I?
Do you?
Can I?
Do you? Oh, you want to try? What do you want to try? I did
Can I
not do
try and pick
anything.
a lock? Is there a lock?
There is a lock.
Yeah. Can I try and pick it?
Sure.
Then- No.
Are you that good at that too?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Let's see. I rolled a 6.
Okay. You
We have a
begin
6 in
using
chat.
your thieves' tools to try and pry open the lock, but because it is upside down, it's kind of hard for you to get the right angle, and you actually hear a distinct. You pull back your thieves' tools and realize that the pick is broken.
How
Fun. Try and bash it again.
is this like Walmart desk, or is this like?
This is very.
like thrift store antique solid oak.
This is a solid oaken desk.
Can I shove can I shove my mace through it, like open it and just?
Like kind of pry it open, or just shove
Through
it.
the top of the desk
thinking
is what
just
you
You
mean.
need to like bash
shove
the
it
drawer in.
Okay.
open
Make
it.
make an attack roll,
Yeah.
Sick.
or Lane's
We're
sort
over
of
here.
sitting there like.
Yeah. This is like.
I'm in the corner just being like,
Like I want to shove my mace like where the lock is
Yeah.
to just like basically just like break through the lock and just like
This
have,
is
like,
this is like the scene in Zoolander where they're bashing the computer.
I'm really just
We're over here
hell out
just
of
like
it. Yeah.
the files are in
SpongeBob
the
when they get
computer.
paint on the dollar.
Yeah.
With the mace, it's an 11 to hit.
Okay. You hit the desk. Roll damage.
Guess I gotta take my block. vest
5
off.
damage.
Okay. You cleave the drawer from the desk. The wood splinters. It hangs down, and from the back side of it, you can see the slotted compartment that you would have gained access to. It's now open.
Okay. Odd. I'm gonna look inside.
Oh yeah, I was like you were about
If
to
I
be
don't
like,
come
no.
out,
I am looking inside. Please, for the love of Christ, Tethys,
Don't let me-
please watch my front side and
Don't
my
let me
back
get
side,
stabbed.
please. And I'll
Is it like a
Start looking into it.
compartment? Like, or is it a small little compartment?
It is a maybe like 5-inch deep compartment. And as I say this, your detect magic would be finishing up, and you
Okay.
notice that the compartment itself is magical.
I would yell and say stop. I would say stop. Wait. Before you like look in, like start
Okay.
digging into it.
Okay. What is
What's
what
wrong?
is wrong? I got
What's
access.
the school of magic?
There's something in there.
I need to look it up.
This is gonna
Hang
be
on.
a damn mimic.
Built into the.
What's gonna be like a ward that like triggers an explosion, like what we did? Alex is gonna reverse
It's literally
reverse
ward
us from the last
fireball.
campaign.
Ward a glyph award.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
I am wearing this, by the way, as well. We're looking through his
Can't
stuff.
read his thoughts.
Well, we're looking through his stuff, and Lady might be nearby because
She might appear.
He worked for her, right? So
It would be conjuration.
That's not a good one.
yeah. There's some conjuration spell. You said on the the compartment itself
The
is
compartment.
on the
Compartment.
compartment itself. What I
Not even the desk, not the drawer, the compartment.
So and now the compartment is opened.
Mhm.
Like if I did like look, I would be able to see like in. Well,
Would I know what that? Would I have any idea? Because me as Sam has no idea what that could mean.
It's a mimic.
Conjuration, that's like fireball, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of evocation.
Oh, it is
Evocation.
evocation.
Okay.
It's a
Make an
mimic.
Arcana check for
Yeah.
me.
Well, it would be like
When I open that door,
An
and
element.
it's gonna
Oh,
go,
conjuration's like
what,
summon.
it would probably be like
stuff.
summon elemental or something.
and it's gonna
15.
say yoink.
Okay.
It summons
Given-
Luciana, and Luciana just teleports in with her sword already in you.
Oh shit.
It starts from the sword, like in your back, and it manifests through you, and then she's standing in front.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm staying dead.
From your past experiences, specifically with Phaedron and the Shroud, you have come to know that they tend to favor a particularly interesting use case of conjuration in expanding compartmental spaces to be larger than they are.
Oh,
Mm.
that might be similar to a bag of holding in there.
You see Drazad. you see.
So what you're saying is we hold.
But
the-
it could
You say-
equally summon something.
But if
Oh, that's a pretty big.
those are two very
That
different.
is two opposite ends of the spectrum.
However, we have already seen one bag of holding. I am taking the risk. And
I
just
would-
shove
yeah,
my
I
hand
was-
into it.
Shoving your hand into the compartment, you realize that it is much larger than it appears to be, and likely due to the nature of the spell, even though it is almost paper thin from the bottom, measured from the bottom and top, it has room enough to fit an assortment of things. You find a few loose documents in there, as well as
bag of holding.
one
A bag of holding.
It can't have a bag of
object,
holding.
cylindrical, that's a bit cold to the touch. You pull it out.
He really is a freak.
What is?
So you do pull it out.
Oh yeah.
In the dim light, you behold a scroll container of intricate craftsmanship which bears the unmistakable mark of some masterful inventor. The container is encircled by 8 finely detailed cipher rings, each adorned with delicate engravings of various letters in common.
Oh.
Upon the lid, an equally elegant inscription catches your eye, proclaiming, "I start the day and complete the end. I do the same for dear friend." Curiosity draws your attention onto the rings now, and you notice that while 7 of them spin freely with ease, the first is stubbornly jammed in place, concealing the secrets within. It is evident that this perplexing puzzle box guards its contents with ingenious complexity, inviting those with wits to unravel its mysteries.
Perplexing
glowing?
puzzle box. Say that 5 times fast.
Is it glowing with magic?
The puzzle box itself is not magic.
Okay.
That on a shirt.
But it's a cipher. And there is
7
there-
letters.
7 letters.
7 rings.
Well, there are 8 rings.
8 rings.
7 of them
7
spin
of them
freely,
freely.
and the first one, if you're looking left to right, is locked in place.
Is it letters?
They
Or
are
art?
letters in common. Yep.
Okay. And what was the poem that was written on?
Start the day and end the day.
I hope.
I start the day and complete the end.
Oh my god.
I do the same for dear friend.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to send it to you
No,
guys.
Thank you,
you're good.
thank you,
I was like,
thank
are we gonna rewatch this?
Don't worry.
I'm not, I
We're
gotta
gonna
focus
solve
right
it.
now.
No, we need to
Yeah.
solve it right now.
Yeah, right.
This is,
and-
guys, strap in. This
Yeah.
is the rest of the episode.
yeah.
Thank God, thank
the
God we
next
got a
3
lot of
sessions.
Yeah, we got a lot of dice in the
Did
chat.
you also pull
so-
the papers out? Or just this
Hey, what
thing?
if I just
No,
use
no,
that
no.
nat 20?
So what Drazad is gonna do is
could.
pull the tube out, look at it, and go, "Wow, oh my god, it is so beautiful. The craftsmanship, the locks, this is crazy."
What's the first
Hey,
letter?
Valoff, this is for you, and I just tossed
So
it to you.
there are.
I have no interest in it.
Make an investigation check for
What
me.
are the 8 things you just sent?
I'm about to explain those.
Got it.
I just was like, I'm going to get it all
I
out
got
there.
it.
That's everything that's in the
Right.
box, I'm assuming, right?
What the
As you analyze,
It's a granddaughter's name.
Oh, that's the rings.
that would be good.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the year they were born. Yeah.
have the notes.
As you rotate the tube, looking for some sort of indication as to where the cipher might begin, there is no such delineation that tells you where the letters should be lined up.
I thought you said one of them's jammed.
but
It is,
jammed.
but it doesn't move. But we don't know
Oh,
which
got it,
letter
got
is
it.
the starting.
Basically, each ring has 6 letters on it, moving all the way around. And the first ring has A, D, G, K, L, N.
That's
and
the
I sent the
jammed
rest to you guys too. That's the jammed one.
Okay. Drazad tossed it to me, but can I see holding it? Can I see any kind of like indentations or wear marks on any of the letters for the ring that moves for the second ring, number 2?
Like, is it word down a little bit?
Make an investigation check.
Are we trying to make an 8-letter word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Potentially.
don't. I can't visualize.
Yeah.
So is this like a lock?
You
And it
remember-
spins.
you
Yeah,
remember
it
that
But
spins
instead of it
5.
being 0
Yeah.
through 9,
It's 6 letters.
A D G K L N.
You ever seen the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah.
You
No,
remember?
okay.
No.
Remember that puzzle box I gave you on the other campaign?
No.
I literally put one of these in your hand.
Yeah. And
It is basically that. She
I
said,
remember
yeah.
not doing well at that, so I just can't understand. So if I twist the ring, it'll go ADGKLN, and then the second one would be
Yeah.
like
Yes.
I.
But the first
The
one is
first one's
stuck,
stuck.
so
It's not
it wouldn't do
moving.
that.
But what? So what letter is it on?
We don't know. 'cause
There is no
there's
delineation
line.
pointing to a letter. It is just free
Yeah.
spinning.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we're just gonna try every combination.
Well, maybe.
Oh.
I mean, that's
No, so the
that's
issue is
millions
a
of-
lock usually has like lines to
Yeah.
indicate like there's no lines to tell us
Yeah.
where.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need
There's
to
millions
yeah.
of
Got it.
combinations.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe close. To
Thank you for
a
putting
billion.
that in layman's
Yeah.
terms. I was struggling.
God, no. Okay.
No, no, yeah,
I
yeah.
saw it.
There's
I
normally
finally
the little
understood.
these things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's no these things.
17
Exactly.
to try to see if there's like a worn mark on the second one, like a specific letter that might be more worn,
Looking
I
at the
guess.
second ring, all the letters have the same minute amount of wear, but distinctly you notice on the very edge of the second ring, there are sort of scar marks up against the locked ring, as if it was spun hard against it.
I'm gonna turn to Orlaith. Who is the inventor that your granddaughter is working for again?
Pause.
Yeah.
I mean,
I am gonna keep searching the compartment. By the way.
She works for Grendel Copperfizz.
that does not fit. I didn't know if he was like had a real ego complex and he was like, I start the day and I end it. And he made this.
As I understand it, he's one of the most bright minds in Nyvera.
What's his name again?
Grendel Copperfizz.
Grendel Copperfizz.
Grindel Copperfizz.
I'm sorry. I'm in a giddy mood.
You're fine. Yeah, me too. We're playing D&D, baby.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I think Odd and I are gonna sit down and just stare at this puzzle for
Yeah.
a bit.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm.
So I
close.
start the day and complete the end. That's what the like prompt for the thing was.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I do the
pretty
same.
good.
Yeah.
I am terrible at puzzles, but I can do calculus.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Y'all need some calculus?
I'll give you guys some math next
I can
time.
do
Like
calculus.
like my
That's- I'm
character,
actually
I am a
pretty good at
jack
that,
of
too.
all things.
Yeah, me and
But
Caleb
master
got
of
to that.
none,
Yeah,
like-
I always like to
Can't
use this.
punch
One
for
time, Alex
Shit.
was trying to cut something for his wall in the office. We live in an old house. The walls are not straight, and out of nowhere, I just pulled out like freaking calculus.
Protractor.
And no, I like did like a tangent function. It was like, oh, here's the angle of the wall, and he was like, I was just gonna hold it up and trace a line.
I was very impressed, but I was
like,
going to
"But
simplify
I have
it.
the angle. He was like, what
No,
the
see,
fuck?
yeah, Alex.
Why
and I
use
do the
brain
same
if
thing.
thing do trick?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I was so excited.
Baseline, monkey level, trace line.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I was having so much fun, and he's just like, yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
As the two of you are kind of poring over this interesting contraption that you found, Orlaith continues to snoop throughout the office, and she analyzes a couple of the artifacts. You see her kind of looking over some of the things decorating his office. I always thought him a well-explored man. One that might take advantage of others, but never I thought this.
Well, there's 8.
He definitely wasn't.
Third, you know what I mean?
He definitely was an interesting person.
I see what you're saying,
Thinking
though.
around the desk.
Or there's like, oh, why?
I do not understand why he would trick you if you were so close, other than power. But he was not the good person, and I do not think your fellow council members
I'll
are
work
either.
it from this way.
Yeah,
And you work it from that way.
Not to be a bother. Could you search for trap doors potentially while
Are you
we were
asking
having
me?
this conversation? No, Orleans.
Oh, because I
Of
could
course.
No, she can be useful.
Okay.
I can't
Damn.
imagine I'm particularly good at this, but I'll give it my best effort. If I'm here, I'll make myself useful.
Well, any help right now, Orleans, is good to help prove our innocence. My innocence.
And she begins kind of rummaging around. You see her get on all fours and like slowly crawl across the floor and feel out for any
I
traps.
start the day. And complete the end. So I do the same for Deerfront. So it's D&D.
Do I find
So-
any
Is
more?
it
I start
dawn?
the day.
Dusk?
Anything?
letter
Do I
D.
find anything
Daylight?
else in the compartment? Like, do I
complete
feel
the end, the letter D.
anything
You
in
do
I
there?
do the same.
As you
You
reach
start
around the compartment, you
figuring
did
it
pull out
in.
those few loose
That
papers.
being said,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They appear to be,
Fake Ritz.
there are other
well, not
Ds
necessarily,
inside
but
that.
you
So
can
D-
tell that they are
D must
doctored
be
manifests,
the lock,
um,
right?
possibly from him
First one's
trying to smuggle goods in.
Are they
first one's locked,
weapons,
so we know
or
that
are they
D
any
is
good
the
in
first
particular?
starting
Are there
letter,
any wear
right?
in
So
particular?
eight-letter word beginning with D.
Most of them
No, I
appear
think
to
up
be
that D.
valuables, not necessarily weapons.
Okay.
So the only
Yeah,
thing that would
yeah,
make
yeah.
sense is like DY.
And all it really has are the
But I
ship
don't know where you
names
go from there.
and
You know what I
the
mean?
items that
Yeah.
were.
Like I was looking at all the
Uh,
only thing that really makes sense
being
in that
smuggled
second
in
line
on
to be
them.
a second letter
Is
is Y
Y.
W. If
These
you're
are
doing- if you're doing
forward dated
A,
as
I
well.
would
These
say
are not ships that have
either
arrived
Y
yet.
or W or V maybe.
okay?
But for any of the vowel,
I'll put
or
them on
consonants,
the
it has to
desk,
be like
and
Y.
Orleith, I think you
Unless
should
it's
look at these
DW,
whenever
like
we get done in here. These are
Wendell or
manifests that have
Dwayne.
yet to arrive.
Yeah,
And then
Um,
I want to inspect the
but
compartment
then you
more
have
closely.
To, have to have A
Is
as
it-
3.
How is it built into the desk?
You mean how does it open normally?
Yes.
So normally you would pull the drawer out, and near where the handle for the drawer is, there's a locking mechanism that would open the flap downwards, so you can just get to whatever's in there.
So the the flap that opens down, that whole thing is enchanted.
Yes. So whenever you pulled the drawer out of the desk and splintered it down,
Yeah.
you could see from the back of the compartment and get into it.
Okay.
what else was in there?
Some papers for some manifests that
Okay.
are yet to come in.
Any of your writs?
No, nope. Thought
They
about
were
that, though.
clearly doctored.
Yeah. They're manifests for other goods and stuff coming in. Okay, and then if I'm satisfied with that, I'll look over at the boys and see they're still doing their thing
I'm
because
looking too.
I have no interest in it's beautiful, fascinating. Don't
Yeah, you're
really
driving
care
this
about
right
it.
now, Caleb.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start
Hmm.
looking. Not that Drazad really thinks there's trapdoors necessarily in here, but I would
Out
like
on
to
the
start
internet.
looking around in the area where Luciana jumped out and attacked me.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, because we
switches,
can't.
trapdoors.
No, I'm see what
Yeah.
autocomplete
That's what I'm
helps me out
saying.
with.
'Cause I can't
Make another
spell.
perception check for me. We'll have a separate one.
Are y'all also typing things out, trying to let autocorrect fill it?
I'm not
6.
typing anything.
Looking
fucking
around,
do this.
you feel pretty confident in your initial sweep, but you are paying close attention to dark corners, looking behind some of the artifacts that are on the wall, trying to see if there's anything that might trigger a trapdoor or hidden mechanism, especially knowing now that Phaedron and the Shroud have such a propensity for using expanded spaces.
Yeah.
You feel like there may be a way to hide some sort of compartment in here. But the more you look, the more you're convinced that you've found what there was to be found here.
Yeah.
You found his hiding spot, and you get the feeling that there may not be much else here.
Can the compartment be taken out?
At this point, it is hanging. It's splintered and hanging. You can try and rip it the rest of the way off if you'd like.
We got everything out of it.
Yeah, I had considered doing that too,
Yeah.
but I didn't think I could
Hey.
because of the structure.
Yeah, let's pull this thing off. Let's see if we can take it with us.
Yeah, I would like to try.
Our
help.
drawer of holding.
Yeah. I'll help him pull
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Advantaged athletics.
How
It's a low DC.
how large is this? Like, if I pull this thing off, just the
It's a big desk, and it's the
extra-
central drawer. So I would say, 2.5 foot by
so
maybe
it's the
3 foot
entire
deep.
size of the bottom of the drawer.
Yeah.
I do not know if it would be beneficial for us to take such a large extra dimensional space. Unless we could turn this extra dimensional space into a smaller extra dimensional space.
I've heard if you put an extra dimensional space into another one,
No, I
It
think
really
it
cool
smaller.
things
Yeah,
happen.
it
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
it
yeah.
No, I do not know a lot about the extra dimensional space, but the dwarf said not to do that. They did not say why.
If
They said not to do that.
if I
So if we,
real
Oh,
quick,
go ahead.
if I twist the second one that rubs against the first one, at any point does it feel like it
Clicks into
clicks or
place.
meshes with that first one anyway? Because you said there were scrape marks. Like I don't know if the scrape marks line up in any kind of particular.
With your previous investigation check and trying to see if there are any clicks along the route of this second ring, it feels oddly disconnected from everything. There are no such clicks.
what about the other ones?
You continue down the line
Yeah.
and notice similarly.
Okay. It's gonna be magical, not mechanical.
Well, I was wondering because the first one's locked and you said there were scrapes. I didn't know if it happened to line up.
Is
in any kind of
your
way.
detect magic's still going?
Yeah.
It's not magical.
Yeah, I already asked that. Yeah, it's not magical. But if you want to shove
So-
stuff in front of my face while I'm
so-
looking at this thing, I'll tell you if it's magical
If
as
we-
you find
if
it
I
in the
take
room.
If I take the drawer is gonna be like a 2-foot object, right?
It's like 2.5 by 3 feet deep.
Oh, that's pretty big.
It's pretty big. You wear it like a backpack, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like strap it to the backpack.
Put it in the back. It's not a bad idea.
Would it fit inside of a backpack?
An exceptionally large one. I would allow it to fit in a backpack.
I'd take it with me.
It's not the biggest extra dimensional space that you've come across, but it gains you some.
Eh.
I've already dropped stuff out of my backpack before. You should keep it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Athletics check to rip it off.
Yeah,
I got
I'll help
advantage.
you. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, I'll rip it off.
Okay,
Let's
so-
go.
Uh-huh.
This little thing. None of
So
the
my
when you
advantage,
spin them-
I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a bardic on this, but my advantage that I'm giving you is just watching you do it, critiquing what you're doing.
my God.
Critiquing your
Like-
form.
Like every time you try and pull on, I'm like,
And you'll
pull
see
it harder.
You'll see. You probably are expecting me to be like annoyed or anything by
Yeah.
it, but training under dwarves to be a
Right.
forge man, I just go. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
yeah,
And-
no,
Okay,
yeah,
so
harder.
the second ring, it's like you
Roll
said, they all
these-
feel like they're
What'd you
disconnected.
get?
Mhm.
All of them.
Yes, all but the
Roll
first,
60.
obviously, which is
Right.
locked in place.
Okay, so like,
Is my bardic good DC?
Oh, that's great.
excuse me, is
What'd you roll?
there?
17.
You pull it off easily,
Here,
and
now
it
put
makes
them
you
on.
wonder why you had trouble in the first place.
Yeah.
Does
I've
it
been stressed
look
out.
like any point, like,
Yeah.
there's any way
Back,
to like
see?
slip
I
the
was
rings
tired.
off, like maybe they're in the wrong order?
Been stressed. I swear this never happens.
Make an investigation check.
Oh man.
18.
Okay. As you further inspect
Usually
the
last
rings
much
and
longer.
their relative detachment, you do notice that while there is some space in between them, they don't easily shift side to side, so you don't think they would slide off.
Okay, so and when you spin them, do they like click?
There is no click.
No,
You
yeah.
discovered that
Okay,
previously.
so they just spin, free
They
spin.
just freely spin, except for the first one, which is locked in
and
place.
there's
And
no,
it's a something
there's no,
like a face.
fading
Like
Okay.
word
on any of the
starts with
letters or
W
anything. I think they asked that.
B or
He asked that, and all of them. I mean, it's made of metal, so there's not much.
So it is a 7.
There's a little bit of wear
day.
because it has
What
been
starts the day?
used.
Breakfast.
Yeah, I was thinking like
And he did notice that the
Yeah.
second ring in particular looks like it rubs up against the
A
first
weight?
one in such a way that it causes some wear on the edge of it,
No,
Yeah,
that
so-
didn't work.
as if it
Okay
would
there.
twisted really hard against it. Now, while they're continuing to figure this out, Drazad, you're still looking around the room, correct?
No, being fairly satisfied in looking around the first time, I'll tell Orleith that I don't think we'll find anything else in here. And then I'll walk over to Valoth and ask him if he wouldn't mind if I held the tube.
Yep, go for it.
And I'll ritual cast.
Identify?
I just cast ritual cast. I'll ritual cast.
I'm sorry, Morgan. I totally just ignored that message because I was staring at this.
And identify tells you. I need to look that up just to make sure I don't tell you.
Yeah, no, I got you. Hold on, I have it right here. You choose one object that you must touch. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Understood. None of these things are true. You get a dead response on identify. Quite literally pings off of the device.
Okay. This
We can walk and talk. Do
does
we want to
not
go
like
check?
magic.
Huh? We can walk and talk. Or try and figure this out.
If we feel we are done here, perhaps
Yeah.
we can go to
Sure.
Phaedron's abode. Is it my understanding that you've not been there?
No.
No,
I don't. Not that we know of.
Is this his official abode?
This is his official office for the work that he does here in the city.
No, but the place we are about to go.
Where we are about to go is his home here on Anir. Lucky for you, I know where it is.
How do you know?
Well, I am the seat on the council that handles merchants and shipments, and he is one such merchant. Arguably the most important one here in Anir. He was not wrong about that. Although it does sound like he was misguiding a lot of people, myself included.
Misguiding very many people. Also, these manifests may be important, and I'll hand her the few papers of the future manifests of the goods that were coming in.
These are clearly adulterated. I should hope that this would help in proving your case. I'll keep them on me. Safe. She tucks them away.
Can we have a hint? A lifeline. Call a friend.
I want to set it. I want to line up. One is A being the marking point, and then I want to line up 6, 7, and 8 to spell few. F-E-W.
Okay.
Does anything happen? Does it go like, oh, close?
It definitely doesn't say that.
The tube gets warmer.
And as you spin those rings into place, you kind of have to hold them in your hand to hold them in place, and you let go, and they just sort of fall out of alignment. So then we should continue on to Phaedron's home.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to sit on this one.
Yeah. So I've written it down, and I'm just gonna be like kind of fiddling with it and randomly moving things and see if anything sticks at any point.
Okay.
While I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna just be like randomly like trying different options.
Okay. As the 5 of you and the guards accompanying you, who are posted outside, begin to leave the facility, Drazad, you are the last to leave, and as is common courtesy, you move to snuff out the torch on the wall. Then nothing happens.
Alex. Fucking lose my mind right here.
As you look at the flame on this torch, your gaze is captivated by its flickering dance, entranced by its warmth and primal allure. It reminds you of something. In a moment of profound connection, as if the world fades away around you, you feel yourself fall into memory. I would ask that the other 3 of you leave the room.
Okay, I mean, we're gonna work.
Yeah, we already weren't here. Or at least I wasn't.
We're gonna draw it out in my office.
Yeah,
and we're
okay.
gonna spin those
Okay,
fucking
and y'all
dials.
just keep texting me. I'll just keep it going as long as y'all need. Just let me know, okay? Okay.
Bam. We're gonna come back and he's gonna be like, we don't know. He's gonna be like, the answer is.
I'm gonna be dead.
Luciano was here the whole time.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
A vision that feels like a lost memory comes to life before you. Within the tapestry of your mind, you find yourself transported to the ancient forges of Hrafheim, and you feel the looming presence of Pyraxis all around you. In this vivid recollection, you stand before a master of the forge, a venerable figure whose expertise commands respect.
Show me what you've learned, Drazad.
As he beckons to a fresh shard of obsidian, ready to be molded into something new. What do?
I'll immediately drop down to a knee and... Great Pyraxis, I will show you what I have learned. And then I'll stand up and do as he says. I'll go over to the forge.
There is indeed a white-hot forge near you, and with this fresh slate of obsidian, you aim to craft what exactly?
I think I'll craft a fully obsidian spear.
Okay. With a sense of both trepidation and awe, you recall your first attempt at the art of shaping obsidian, the legendary volcanic glass renowned for its mystical properties. With skill and dedication, you work the dark material, crafting a new spear of unparalleled beauty and potential. Yet, as the obsidian cools and takes its final form, you pull it away from the fire. An eerie sensation pervades the air. Smoke begins to rise from its surface, swirling back into itself like an ethereal spirit seeking its home. Inexplicably, the blade trembles within your grasp, rattling wildly as if it harbors a life of its own, and in a chilling crescendo, it emits a sharp, otherworldly shriek that echoes in the forge and completely separates from the memory that you know occurred. With a gasp, you are back in the present, your heart pounding with an inexplicable mixture of wonder and fear. The twisted vision, like a bastardization of your own memory, has left its indelible mark on your soul. A lasting image of your skeletal hands grasping the quivering spear, flesh peeling away like ancient parchment, lingers in your mind. A haunting reminder of the power and responsibility that you carry as a servant of Pyraxis. Vision ends, and you are rejoined with the rest of your group. If you want to text them to come back in.
Yeah. So real quick, you said it was a what of the memory that I had?
It's a bastardized memory. It is. You remember the first time you crafted.
Okay.
This was not that.
You have an answer?
Hell no.
Okay. No.
I'm gonna have all of you make a perception check.
I got my strips.
Oh, they were gonna say leave again.
Nice.
I was like, hey.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, everybody
get out.
Woo!
All right. Odd is
16.
I am
Okay.
looking at the puzzle.
perception.
Mine's a 16. Oh, okay. And we also didn't figure it out.
We were getting there.
No, that's not.
But had you figured it out, we just said, yeah, that's 2.
15.
Okay. Both Flora and Valoth notice as Odd leaves the room. He lingers for a moment, staring at the flame of this torch.
Wait, Otter?
Sorry, Drazad.
Drazad, okay.
He just acts odd.
He suddenly appears visibly shaken. His blue scales grow a bit paler. The blood leaves him until he centers himself and snuffs out the torch.
Drazad.
What did you see, Drazad?
Oh, the fire was just very bright. It reminded me of the forge. I miss home a little bit.
What did you say I
Can
saw?
I insight check that?
You said I saw something.
What I just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
we noticed him.
Yeah.
Just like
You noticed him visibly
similarly.
shaken.
Yeah, I want to insight check you saying that you miss home, that you were scared of the light, so you missed home?
No, it reminded me of home.
I still want to insight check.
So persuasion or deception, don't tell us which. Just give the number.
Do we have to fight if we want to take the 6? No.
Right.
I think rolls like this, you can't take stuff from
yeah.
chat. Yeah.
10. 12. Damn! I rolled bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yes, no, I'm sorry. I did not mean to stop us from our mission.
we also might find your goods soon, and hopefully that reminds you of home.
It would be nice to find the wares. Weapons. Where are we going, Arleith? And I'll start.
The 5 of you continue to move. Guard escort in tow.
Wait,
We're going to Phaedron's.
sorry, Will.
Abode.
Caleb told us to come back, and Will just messaged on my way.
Sorry.
For those who don't know, Will is still in the group chat, even though he's not here every week. Yeah.
Great.
Oh, God. So, the 5 of you with a guard escort in tow make your way towards Phaedron's abode and arrive there
Double digits.
in no longer a time than about 20 minutes. You do have to leave the council grounds and make your way into the better part of the city of Anir. And you stumble across one of the smaller homes, but it doesn't feel out of place at all. It is definitely just as embellished as everything else here.
Yeah.
And as Orlaith approaches the door, she looks at one of the guards. If you don't mind. The guard kneels down, pulls out his own set of thieves' tools, and begins popping the lock.
Hey man, you got extra set of those?
None for you.
Okay.
They all sound so burly. Every time.
They're very aggressive.
Phaedron was a bit of a showman, but I was always surprised at his humble dwellings, at least the size of it. I imagine he had many places where he called home.
I suspect this place is bigger on the inside.
Perhaps. I've only been in a handful of times.
I'm gonna switch the knobs
Okay.
to spell out DY
Mm-hmm.
smiles.
DY smiles. As you arrange the rings in such a way,
That's it. I have no idea why. but-
you feel like you've done something here.
I
You've
did
definitely
nothing.
got it. Expecting at least one of the rings to stay aloft as you let go, only the first remains
Wait,
exactly
some
as.
of them will stay locked.
Oh, DY. So DY lines it up correctly.
Did DY stay?
No.
Oh, I thought you said it did. The first number
The
one.
first
sorry.
one that's
Okay.
locked.
Number
Yeah, yeah.
2.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wait,
Well, now
wait.
that I know that some stay, if I
No, none
line
stayed.
up,
They don't
None
stay.
stayed.
No. If they're right, they stay.
No,
though.
none stayed.
No, you're expecting that, but it doesn't happen.
Oh.
But if I line up the W with the A on the first ring, does it stay?
And you said you cannot
If I
take
try
them off, right?
To line up every letter on the second ring with the
In
A
every
on the
possible
first
position.
ring, did any of them stay?
No, they just.
Okay, now we line
And
up
they don't.
D with
They don't come off.
Well,
right?
in doing
No.
that, yeah, you would line
Okay.
them all up.
They feel like they don't wiggle between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't rearrange the
This
order.
is gonna dry. I'm not gonna be able to focus on anything else.
Way to go. You just wrecked all of our
You
things
wrecked
tomorrow.
the whole set.
It's Alex's fault.
As you hold the cylinder at your side, and the rings sort of spin freely, you hear a, and then the guard turns. I got it.
Oh.
The door
Swear
unlocks.
to God, I'm gonna murder you.
Okay. Interesting. I wanna try and like spin the rings. Like
That's what I said.
really-
Like while we've been walking,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh no!
just,
Like, I want
playing
to
with
like
them.
spin them like a
okay.
like I'm spinning the wheel of fortune.
Okay. You spin the rings as hard as you can. They swivel for a time, and then there is a bit of like metallic grinding that happens between the first and second ring, just because that one
first
does
one
not
doesn't
move.
Right.
What if I line it up to say, a want few?
Oh.
Alex,
Sorry.
Okay.
can I buy a vowel?
Dude, we need them. Like that's
Yeah.
the hardest part.
Donate in the chat, guys, and Alex might give us a vowel instead.
There
of a
is a nat
dice.
20 in there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
What can I use
But
it
I
on?
mean,
What roll?
what- like,
what
roll.
roll? What do I roll?
Yeah.
tell me what I roll.
I think this is more like you gotta figure it out in real life. Like
You do, but there's if you want to try and perhaps ascertain the mechanism by which this opens, you might be able to do like investigation.
and get a hint.
Yeah, but we did that, and you said nothing.
Okay.
The guard presses open the door that is now unlocked, and Orlaith begins to enter. Two guards stay posted up outside, and two follow you in, actually leading the way, spears at the ready.
Is there a cat in?
And the first thing you notice is that the guards are actually a bit more apprehensive than they were in Phaedron's office. And the second you enter and your eyes adjust to the dim light in here, you become imminently aware of why.
Mabel.
The building is tossed. Couches ripped open, chairs, tables tumbled, papers spread about.
I'll look at our lathe and be like, I suppose we did this too, right?
If you did, it was not whenever I was with you.
We've been in your sight the whole time.
What's the ends of this thing look like?
The two, I mean, they look almost like the end cap of pipes that go on like metal
Yeah.
fences.
Like-
Do they
they're
twist
like-
at all or
It's a-
move
it's
or
a pipe
anything?
bomb.
No.
Like, I'm gonna be real with you. We have to figure this out because I don't know anything else that has happened since we found this.
Do you understand how like divided my brain is right now
Yeah.
of like avoiding this puzzle? So
It's
I
a
can
good
focus?
puzzle.
It's a great puzzle.
But wait,
Why
I'm
did
s-
you do this?
I think, Sam, you're saying like, could
I can't
you
wait
take
for
the
y'all
ends
to
off
figure
and
it out.
rearrange the letters?
well, no, not even just like do the ends move it because we've been focused on the rings moving, but do any other like parts? Which I was assuming the only other parts there are the ends. Did any of that have any moving parts or buttons or mechanisms or things or anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
Another one,
What
but my
the-
first one was so good. Oh no! Oh, that's actually not that bad. 16. I forgot that I'm good at investigation.
With your 16, you begin looking for other ways to potentially open this locked scroll. Looking at the way the rings spin freely, you run through every word in common that you can think of and how that would align, and you feel like maybe these rings are a
Red fucking herring.
red herring.
God damn it!
Maybe the what?
They're a red herring. The rings mean nothing.
What does stand out to you is the fact that one of the rings is locked in place, and the inscription certainly has a rhythm to it that, in your experience, implies.
I want to push the D on the first ring.
Where?
I told
Brett was on and on about the D.
As you press the D portion,
Son of a bitch! I'll watch you do this, and my character's like, motherfucker!
You're like holding some papers, look at yourself, and you just throw them down and walk off.
As you press
Cast fireball.
Yes, fireball.
paper ball. As you press the D portion of the cipher ring with a gentle yet deliberate touch, a soft clicking sound reverberates through the scroll container.
I knew the answer was D.
Valoth is gonna look at Odd when he's gonna realize it, look up at Odd, and just
I'm gonna
push the button.
smash it. I want to wild shape into a bear and smash it. I
you
can't actually because I don't have any left.
At first, nothing appears to happen, leaving you momentarily puzzled. But then, as you turn your gaze to the intricate network of cipher rings adorning the container's surface, you notice a subtle ripple of motion. The rings spin in harmony in a mesmerizing dance by the clockwork magic concealed within. As the first and second ring actually send a couple of sparks flying off as they grind against each other.
Yo, you're the worst.
A sense of anticipation fills the air like a coiled spring about to release its stored energy. Slowly, with a soft hiss of air, the container lid begins to rise, unveiling its concealed contents. The device unlocks, not with a conventional key, but with the harmonious dance of letters, a testament to its ingenious design.
What do the guards look like whenever this happened?
They are looking at it like, "Oh, you got it!" You know, like they're stoked. You figured it out.
Okay.
Is it empty?
Yeah. I'm
swear to
open.
God.
Like, is it like?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was done opening or not.
The lid pops
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
and there are papers within it.
Weak.
Weep. Okay.
I never learned how to read.
As you pull the papers out and flip through them,
What languages do you use?
most of them are written in common. A few of them detail the rough schedule of ships stated for departure on and around when you all arrived.
This is the Ritz.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Drazad over and like start to lay it out and like, does this make sense? These are arrivals around when we got here.
Oh, Fazla, you figured out the tube. That is so good.
I'm so mad.
One of the parchment pieces that you pull out appears to be of a different quality of material. It seems dark, decayed, and has writing on it that you do not understand.
Is it in
Sure about that?
Celestial? Or is it
Then
in...
I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna ritual cast comprehend languages.
Yeah, he knows all of our
Is it
languages.
Celestial, Druidic, or Goblin?
No, he knows all of our
He knows all of them.
from the door.
I just added that one.
While you're ritual casting comprehend languages,
When I see you,
I think when I was messing with my spells, I accidentally got rid of it, but I have it. that one is not one that I got rid of.
you see that list of ships and their departure dates and locations, or their destinations where they're going to, lines up basically all of the ships were leaving on the day that you arrived.
oh, that's
I'm gonna
Your
go-
wares are not here.
The
Hey.
wares are gone.
I'm sending the list.
I'm gonna go take Mabel out real quick.
Okay.
Because she's whining and she's loose.
If you guys are curious about our puppers, you can type exclamation point puppers. Sometimes they make a scene, sometimes they make some noise. We like to pretend they're little goblins having a fight in the background.
Yeah.
So, with this information, do you have any questions? Is there anything that you'd like to inspect further?
Vera. That's the place that her granddaughter lives, right?
Yeah. 3 of them went to the fair.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna Olathe.
Yes.
It seems that all of these ships left on the exact same day that the stolen weapons, or the weapons were stolen.
And based on the time, I would imagine they all left after your arrival.
Yes. Many of them go to Navarra.
3 of them, it looks like.
Yes, and some to Brigit. Brigit's also in Grixton, right?
It is right next to Grixton. It's in Imsford.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Al?
Was
Oh, so
Alagon?
it's like it's a city in each
Algon.
in each place?
Well,
It's an island off the coast of. It is technically part of the Christian Republic.
An innocent, only one, but
But there's okay. So
There are not many ships that can sail such a distance.
So your granddaughter is in Nevera.
Yes.
Phaedron was from Brigid. Am I
That's
wrong?
what he said.
If I remember correctly. Yes.
Believe the fancy clothes man did say that.
Am I to believe that perhaps
he's shuttling weapons into these.
Those weapons, those cursed weapons.
But just no. That is the thing. Do you think they would have been able to curse them and then get them on ships and sell out in the same day?
I'm worried
That is the problem. Or
How?
Before you got here, Razad, were those weapons out of your sight?
you did not craft them, correct?
Yes, I crafted them. How dare you?
Oh,
No, yeah.
he crafted some of them?
oh okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like, did you not have hands on them for an extended period of time?
Well, they were in crates, but I
Your whole crew was on
Do
his
not
side.
think yes. Unfortunately, I am aware of that. Or is that at least what we are assuming? I don't think we actually.
They weren't
know.
crest breakers, from what we've learned.
No, but that is fair. Would I ever have?
Would I ever?
They would have been like underneath, like in storage on a ship.
They were in crates for transport. They were not like open
Yeah.
visibly.
Press the freaking
No, I
key.
mean-
I'm still.
Okay, so these are the boats that
I figured
left.
it out, like, immediately.
Yeah. So these are the boats that left the same day we got here. Nevera is
And the
where her
time seems
granddaughter
to be
is.
after we arrived as well.
Brigid is where Phaedron's from.
Yeah. It also,
And they're also fairly close to each other in the grand scheme of the entire.
So
Yeah.
this is probably where the wares went.
yeah.
Yeah,
On
this
one of those
is- yeah,
ships,
yeah.
or all
Right.
8, like spread apart.
How many weapons were there?
Right?
Not where you found them.
How many
lot.
how many
Where
how
we
many
shut them
weapons
off
were
from.
there?
It was at least 100.
That's what we found.
Oh, there was 100.
It was a lot. There was a lot of weapons.
Okay.
There were 100 weapons in
Yeah,
total.
they were. It was crates.
So 99 at this
I
point.
know. Yes, of course. I did
Yeah.
not.
So they sent 11 to each one.
Probably.
But why would they be?
Flora, as you
your-
inspect
are
the
your
list,
weapons,
arriving a bit late, I'll have you
easily
make a
enchantable?
perception check for me.
like, does the obsidian
Rather
afford
history. Make
it?
it history.
to
Can
be
we roll
enchanted
anything?
easily?
I believe I cast detect magic while the spear was in his possession at some point, and it never gave off any glow,
16.
right?
No.
Yeah.
Excuse me. With your 16,
I'm out of questions.
you recognize one of the names on this list.
Would that
The
be?
boat names?
The Wake Chaser is the ship that you
Came in on?
and Odd came in on.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Me either.
I will share it with the group. I will tell them the Wake Chaser is the boat that Odd and I showed up on.
Okay.
Was the other boat at the port?
It was.
How many docks are at the Sapphire?
Quite a few, but
At least
the Wake
9.
Chaser was quite near
So,
Yeah.
if
where
any
your ship was.
if any ship has any of the weapons,
It would definitely
it would be that one, but it might be all of them.
Are you telling me?
But it looks like, 4 out of 9 of them went to Brigid.
Regardless, Orlaith, you might want to tell your granddaughter to warn the
What was
local
that face for?
authorities.
Nothing. I'm just joking.
You might want to tell your granddaughter to warn the local authorities about these ships. They could already be there, but we may still yet have some time
They could
to get
be
all
ca-
to get
yeah.
all the way to Nevera.
I see. Well,
We-
since your arrival,
we-
I believe it's been roughly 4 or 5 days now. And Niveer is quite a ways off. It'll take you at least 7 days to get there on a fast ship.
Can you send? Is there a way to send a message?
Surely someone here might know sending
I'm sure there's someone
and have met your daughter.
someone in
Granddaughter.
service to the court. I can,
My purpose is you have to warn them about what happened here with one of those weapons. It
You
was
see-
the weapon that did that too.
much like the intricate workings of this puzzle box, you see gears begin to turn in Orlaith's head as she looks to you. Assuming we can clear your names, I should like to further petition this
Meh.
this grouping of individuals to seek out what may have happened, the truth beyond our borders. I was supposed to sail to Nivera to meet my daughter and to deliver these valuables that they still need. I've crewed a ship, all short of extra muscle to make sure that the valuables get there. Being that I need to stay, I would be perfectly happy to send you to Nivera in my stead.
Are we gonna forget about Brigit?
I mean, we can go there after.
There's just already a ship conscripted to go.
To Navira.
To Naviri.
Is Brigitte not on the way?
Brigit is, a dangerous port.
Oh, yeah.
It is not what it once was, and even what it once was decrepit.
I want to insight check that to see if she's trying to dissuade us because she's worried about her granddaughter, or if she actually means that.
Okay.
I think that's pretty.
Natural 1 for a 4.
Boom!
Pretty sure.
Boom! Dropping
seems-
bombs over here.
Yeah.
She seems like she has had Eretheos at
If you go to the
the center of her heart through all of this. And while her granddaughter probably tops the priority list for her, she seems genuinely interested in how these events may unfold. And at the very least, she is not lying about how dangerous Brigit can be.
Navira might be our best bet, especially, is this ship one of those fast ones that you were talking about? Would it still take us 7 days, or?
I'm afraid it would take you something closer to 9. It is a cargo vessel by nature.
Do you have a way to send word ahead of us?
Yes, I'm sure I can petition someone who works within the court to send a message ahead of us. Ahead of you.
That would be best.
Let them know that an obsidian weapon, like the ones we saw him wield, caused this.
But I did not.
And you might want to warn the other ports too, or Eretheos' reputation might be.
Did she tell us that Brigit was not on the way?
It is on the way,
it's
but
dangerous.
it's dangerous, and there are valuables on the ship. She doesn't really want it
Got
to
it.
stop there until
Okay.
it's there first.
And my 4 insight said, that's true!
Yes, ma'am.
That's true.
As your conversation winds down, your comprehend languages ritual cast completes.
Oh, I forgot I was doing that. I'm sorry.
And you find, oddly enough, that these characters on this page, whether they be letters or some archaic markings of another nature, do not make themselves known to you.
Mm. This is no known language.
You'll come.
Maybe if we line up the rings on the puzzle.
Press all the letters on that piece of paper.
You guys are never going to let me
right
live this
now.
down.
Does it?
It's no, we just tear the paper. The letters mean nothing. It's inside the paper is what we need.
I do not know if
The
anyone
money's in the banana stand.
remembers, but is it the same lettering that was written on the door to the depths?
No, because comprehend languages told me that said zealous.
Did comprehend
That was
languages,
abyssal.
or did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is no language?
I figured it out. I did
Wow,
comprehend
it
language,
said it
and then for him, he took his hat off, and the letters like
Yeah.
something happened
It, like,
at the
whispered in
same
his
time,
head.
and my
Okay, that's
comprehend
what I was
languages was
thinking.
basically
Okay,
useless. But
Is this like
it did
a
tell me that.
like a key? Like
There's so
like an
many.
encrypted?
A cipher.
There are so many thoughts in Therzad's head.
Make a investigation check.
gotta chill.
I'm gonna use something from the chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna use
Nice.
the plus
Six.
6. So 17.
With your 17, you can definitely tell that the arrangement of these characters is not random. And the fact that it was within this scroll container, held under a trap door and a puzzle, it was extremely important to Phaedron. It must say something,
Okay.
but you don't know what.
There's a D20 in the chat for you to roll, by the way. It was like way farther up. We just missed
Whoops.
it. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Y'all have been very active tonight. I'm glad y'all are having a good
Brett
time because
said he
I
was
sure
Another
am.
20.
Is it actually?
Shit.
Crap!
Wow.
Okay, so y'all got
boy.
2 nat 20s in there now.
Brett said that he needs a better way to spend points, so I think we should add something that's like 1,000 points. Solve the puzzle.
Literally.
I will take it under advisement.
Literally.
Rest assured, in the following sessions, in subsequent sessions, we'll have other ways to spend points.
Better. I have
Free
the best
first
idea.
level spell slot.
No, 1,000 points. Character your choice levels up. Free level. Free
It
level.
has to be a lot more than 1,000.
Or like divine intervention happens.
Yeah.
You get one use
I
of
like
power word
these.
kill.
I do have an
Power
idea
kill.
for a completely chat run D&D campaign at
Yes.
some point down the road. We'll
that
get
would
there
be
at some
fun.
point. I got to get this working to where I don't have to push buttons first,
Crazy.
though.
Yeah, right.
Good thing you have a table full of developers.
True. Very true.
You can figure it out, man.
As your thoughts dwell on these new discoveries wrenched from the puzzle box, your eyes now turn up towards the cased home of Phaedron.
When did we get here?
No, I walked away when you solved the puzzle so simply.
Some of the guards
just so
are kind of
enthralled
moving
by
throughout
this.
the room and rummaging through some of the mess. They don't appear to be finding anything of import, but you are here.
So we've established that this is definitely an encrypted string.
No.
We just need to run it through a hash.
The note.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I mean.
Okay.
No, seriously, it's got to be some kind of encoded message, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Or it's a
You
decoder.
guess that it is either an encoded message or a language that
I think
you
it's
do
a
not know.
decoder.
Yeah, Valoth, seeing you struggle with this, would say there are unknown languages out there.
There
I thought the whole thing about comprehend languages is that you didn't-
All known languages, I believe, is what it says.
well, there is. So we.
Did he make up his own language?
Wow, that's something Alex would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Shrugs.
I'm gonna try.
Shrugs in DM.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down and ritual cast detect magic next. Even though the cipher didn't
Didn't glow.
glow, this was in it. Maybe I don't know.
Sure.
There might be.
Oh.
And
Got
it
him.
might be, and it might be in this
God.
house too.
I even drink some coffee before I came. I'm trying to do a even more thorough search. of
Okay.
this place.
Now that you've kicked over a few chairs,
Yeah, I'm all pissed. I'm like,
We're in his
Make
house
a
now,
perception
Yes.
check.
perception.
I would like to look for trapdoors.
Make an investigation check.
I'm
Just no.
7.
7.
Weird.
Okay.
we have 2 nat 20s.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
nat 20s.
I used
Take
a
a
nat
nat
20.
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Thank you for whoever rolled that
That was
first
Brett.
nat 20 because that's the first time I technically
I think it
got double digits.
I think it was beard. I think it was
oh,
the beard.
yes. Thanks, Beard.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
smell great, and now I look great
Tabletop
investigating.
Investigating. Well, thank you, Brett. I took one of your fours.
As you move through the room, you leave no stone unturned, and you begin searching
Yes.
across the walls, moving picture frames that have been turned at odd angles to see if there's anything behind. When suddenly, as you're walking across the floor, you feel your foot shift on one of the cobblestones.
Oh no,
beneath
I
it.
kick it. Like I'm mad.
He's stomping.
I'm
He's stomping across
that.
He's big mad.
Yeah.
You kick the cobblestone
I'm real
up,
pissed about that.
and
too.
underneath
Bobby.
is a very small wooden box, not locked, just sat underneath this loose stone.
It's a mimic.
That looks like the wooden box we broke that one time. Do you remember?
I do.
I'll look at the box and.
Is it broken?
Is
Screw it. I'm not even
pieces
like
of a
caution
wooden
is to the
box.
wind. I open this box.
You crack open the box, and inside of a velvet padding is a very well embellished stamp of sorts.
It's the fake one for the writ.
Is that what it is?
You pull it out, and indeed, some of the markings that indicated it as a falsehood, as was pointed out to you originally, are consistent with this particular seal.
I'll call over
Or lathe.
our lathe and say, "Hey, look what I just found. Is this not a copy of your stamp?"
I believe it is a fake one, and a fake one that appears to match the writ that you showed us earlier.
But it's a copy of yours too, right? This is your stamp, right? You usually do the writs, huh?
Yes,
They
Yeah.
all do.
it is a forgery, as you claim. This is strong evidence, indeed.
This is exactly what I was saying. He was trying to discredit your name, your office, to force you out of your seat.
Let me be further clear. Vadron was not the first nor the last who sought to besmirch me for power. I had my misgivings about him. But in this council, everyone has something they're trying to get.
Even you.
Yeah, she wants to be with her granddaughter.
For a time. I'm not proud of who I was during the war.
Killer. No.
Deck to the
But I did what I had to do for the people of Eretheos. I thought I'd perhaps done enough good to earn myself some rest, but it seems I still have some making up to do.
Surely we've also found enough of proof for this council to, or what committee? What did we form to do this?
I think it's only a council if they got more than 4, and since they're down to 3 now.
No, but they formed
board
some
of
kind of like
directors.
investigation group. Is it a committee? What do they
Pretty
call
much.
it?
Committee.
Yeah, I think she said a committee.
Committee.
Yeah.
Do we have enough for this committee? I mean, we've got a plethora of proof that something was happening.
We have the proof that we understand, but not.
Well, that we've got the fake stamp.
But the other ones who are helping run this committee are still even dead in Phaedron's hands. He had already paid them off. He had already bought them. Why would they not still be?
Or
a part
Lath
of
is
this
running the
plot?
committee.
But the
I-
other council members still have to.
To answer your question, I think we have ample proof here to clear your names, or at least place reasonable doubt into the eyes and minds of my fellow council members. What I'm not sure of at this point is if the motivations of those council members will carry them beyond a reasonable conclusion. But the very fact that I was allowed to create this committee leads me to believe that you will be found rightfully innocent. In which case, we can proceed with whatever it is that you'd like to do next.
Did you find anything with your
Finding my
investigation?
weapons.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a
You rolled a 28.
16.
With your 16,
Just a little bit less.
you're
the
kind
same
of tracing Odd's footsteps and trying to see if he's missing anything, just kind of doubling down. And once he finds the box, you see some of the other guards have turned over a good portion of the rest of the home. You feel like you may have found everything you need.
Where's our
The fact that this place is cased, anything that would have been in plain sight, you feel, may have been removed.
Where's the money, man?
I do also hate to ask this, but with our wrongful imprisonment, there was a number of gold that was mistakenly taken from us, and we don't. We're not trying to take advantage, but it was a fair sum, and now we find ourselves with none for this voyage to. I've closed my phone, so I don't remember the name of the city.
What was the
Rivera.
number?
It was the one that she wants us. Oh, the number. The number of money.
Rivera.
We each, dude. I had.
I had
Well,
188 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valoth breaks down. We each, dude. Oh, man, so much.
Dude, so much money.
dude.
So much money, dude.
I
I can't.
had 220 gold.
Yeah. And I had I had just shy of that.
I had 500.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't know. Have no idea.
I knew I had 188 because I just deleted it earlier.
Everyone roll persuasion or deception depending on what you're doing.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I had 200.
What if I'm not doing either? What if I'm being honest?
Hey guys, can I have the nat 20?
16.
Okay.
Do you want to know what I'm doing? No, you don't. Want
Can
to
I
know.
have?
Well, you said 500.
Do we have anything else other than
no,
the
I said
nat 20
200.
in the
I changed
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
We have a
we
nat
have
20
an
and
18.
18.
Can I take the 18? Or you took the 18? You
doesn't
said.
matter.
I
No.
didn't take
Oh, I'm gonna take the 18. So I don't
So
take the nat
then
20.
what's everybody's roll?
16.
16?
27. No, 26.
Okay. Trazad?
6.
6.
21.
Okay.
Telling the truth. Oh, yeah, the right
It's reasonable enough that you would have had some gold on your person, especially considering Phaedron removed some of your belongings to make his case. I would not have. I would have expected him to remove your coin. Let's call it an even 4,000 gold, and consider it the difference in upfront payment for your service on board my vessel going to Nivera.
So we each get 1,000 gold.
That sounds like a plan to me. Wow, my weight carried went way up.
Oh,
Not mine, because it's in my bag of holding. My desk drawer of holding.
Valoth is
He's got a desk drawer taped to his back. Oh my god.
whenever this
Oh,
gold
that's
changes
great.
hands, Valoth cannot contain the smirk, like the smile on his face. Like, he is like greedy businessman. Like, yes, yes.
Well then, given our findings and our mutual understanding, shall we make our way back to the court?
Yes.
I imagine they're still playing cleanup to some degree there.
Yeah. As we walk back, I want to add a little flavor to some.
Okay.
If nobody else, if that's all we're doing.
I
gonna
want to talk
dance
to our
back.
Leith, but it won't be nothing crazy.
Did you actually steal
Okay.
a desk drawer of holding?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ripped it off.
I wrote it.
I'm gonna take your desk drawer of holding,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna cast Entangle on it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make some vines pop out at the back of it, so you can wear it like a backpack.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Is it
that's
that big?
sweet.
That's cool.
Is it that? So it could replace my backpack pretty much. Like
Yeah.
the internal compartment's that big.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, perfect.
I have, you have
the
a
most
couple
odd
little, like, you have a couple little like extra vines
thing
on the
ever
end.
is to have a drawer
Yeah,
backpack.
no, but you have like a couple extra little vines on the end that you can use
Yeah.
to like hook a carabiner on, you know?
Yeah.
Like hang some your instruments off the side.
Oh, I'm gonna join in with you and be like, okay, now put a flower over here.
Yeah, yeah.
I put a
Yeah.
I put
so
No, make it a yellow flower.
make the vines make a drum on the outside like a shield.
done.
Yes.
Okay, have y'all seen the Instagram
Yes.
of people that take like branches and make them into picture frames?
Yeah.
I'm essentially doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a Jeep spare tire.
Yeah. With a drum on the side.
Yes.
I'm gonna slot
so
in.
found, so reclaimed,
I go put a little
Yeah.
pin.
So bespoke.
so bespoke.
I'm gonna slot in that black paper into one of my journals
Okay.
just for safekeeping. But while they're doing that,
Are we gonna long rest at any point?
We'll see.
If you would like, we could take some time before we reconvene with the council to long rest.
That would be nice.
To rest.
Rest.
In that case,
to mechanically long rest.
I will take you to my home.
That sounds great.
Summer party.
We'll get good rest there, and I'll make sure that our
And then we can leave early
escort
in
of
the morning.
guards keeps us safe.
When she says that, now that he's satiated at least for the moment, did we already ask if these guards look familiar?
No, I thought about that earlier.
You didn't.
Do they look familiar?
Yeah.
Watch him stay.
I mean, one guard.
I won't even have you roll for it. These are
Yeah.
not
Okay,
any guards.
okay.
One
that you
guard
know.
in particular, like,
Because Valeth was pretty single-minded. I thought of it earlier, but I was like, he wouldn't think that.
Me and him had an epic battle. I would definitely know what that guy looked like.
I don't know if it was in the other ones, because there was like the main one, and there was like several other just guards.
So then, as all of you make your way to the house of Orlaith Pharaoh, I will say that we'll take a break here,
Okay.
because we have been going for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll pick up where we left off,
rested.
potentially post rest, but we'll see.
Okay. Are we gonna
Because
pick
it
up?
sounds like
I just want to talk to her while I guess we're on the way to her house.
Uh-huh.
Out of earshot of the guards.
okay. We will pick up on that then. Okay. See you guys in just a
BRB.
second. We'll be gone for about 10 minutes, so don't go nowhere. Bye.
Right.
Oh, terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. Yes, tremendous thanks to Tides of Mo, Big Head Bro, Fables D20, Leodus Kyron, Brett Venable, and Tabletop Beard. You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that? Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you, by chance, by destiny, by desire. It matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... Oh! Excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a nice break. We certainly did.
No, it wouldn't.
It wasn't nice. We hated it.
Yeah.
We were told we couldn't move, and we just
No
sat
more
here.
breaks.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I had a great one.
Yeah. Right off screen right here is some water that we could not have.
So, as we rejoin, you all are on your way to the house of Orlaith Pharaoh, and I believe, Drazad, you wanted to have a word with her.
Yeah.
How do you gain her attention to pull away from the guards?
Psst.
Hey, come step away from the guards. Hey, you.
Good. Thank you.
Am I assuming that if I just went, Orlaith, could I have a word? Like the guards would follow with her, even if I'm like 5 feet behind them.
They might. They probably would. You might be able to convince her to have a word alone, and she would have the authority to do so.
I don't have any.
Oh, you're out of charge.
You used them all.
Oh, I was like, hey.
No, I
Hey.
used whenever the
We were
5
captured.
charges in a row. Yep, I watched that part.
to all the council members. I looked at that a minute ago.
Yep.
No, I will. Orlaith, if there is any way we could have a quick word together, you and I, as we walk. We can even walk in front of the guards as well. I just
Of course. What's on your mind?
I greatly appreciate all the help you are giving us and that you will continue to give us. And I hope you know that I was the one tricked originally coming into your city. And that I do not mean anything
She's behind you, Morgan.
negative in this sense. And I bear no ill will towards you. But I do want you to know that if your peers do not deem us innocent as we are, I do not plan on going down easily.
I would not expect you to. As I say, the evidence that we've found points to your innocence in my eyes, in spades. It is only a question of if the council's own desires would push them past the point of reason. And as we were able to form this commission. I don't believe that. I believe they would see reason.
I just do not trust them, and I want you to know that.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'll steer clear if they point you guilty.
And again,
She kind of
appreciate your help.
chuckles nervously.
Is anybody hurt?
Yeah.
I am. But I
Yeah?
thought we were about to.
We are about
rest.
to walk.
Yeah, we're about to long rest.
As your
well,
conversation winds down, you
theoretically, no.
arrive at Orlaith's home, which coincidentally is in the same relative location
Yeah.
as Phaedron's home was. You imagine many of the higher ups have their homes near the council chambers.
Yeah.
She pulls out her same key ring, unlocks the door, opens it, and begins instructing the guards on where to post and to stay posted all night.
Or Leith, if you will, I would like to walk in first.
Of course. By all means. After you.
You see Drazad go to walk in, stop right at the threshold, glance in. He's clocking the shadows, and I'll continue walking in.
Make a perception check.
You looking
Jesus
for cat lady?
Christ. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't trust that bitch. What is that? 16.
Okay.
Oh, did you take locate item?
I think he did.
Got item.
Locate to
Locate
the
object?
stone.
I did.
Or the sword.
The stone. The screaming
yeah.
stone.
The room appears empty. The house is not turned at all. You feel safe here.
Okay.
And as Orlaith follows you in, she looks around at what you're looking at. I trust everything will be up to your standards here.
Oh, it is not my standards that I am worried about.
Yeah, Orlay, you realize you're kind of in a lot of danger, right? The rest of the council members.
I've been in danger for a long time.
Okay.
I'm a cautious woman. I know my council members.
She pulls out a Glock.
And I know,
And I wish a motherfucker
although they
would.
all have their own selfish motivations, they carry each of us in a high enough regard that they would not make any attempts such as what you imply.
Plus, their bankroller is dead. That's also why I don't believe we'll see your cat lady anywhere.
But we are assuming that he is the bankroller. There can always be someone above him. What's her name?
Yes, but there are 2 empty council seats. There's not much point to take out Orlaith. They've got space to fill with more of their colleagues if they would like.
There is always
And the
a
power
point
to outvote
when
Orlaith.
power is involved.
On that note, I assuming your innocence is the result of this commission, I imagine the council would entertain any suggestions that you may have for replacement members. I speak not of yourselves.
Don't say me.
I would bargain for the priest over on Tethys. Thank you.
I do not know the priest specifically, but
Or
I was planning on making an effort to include a representative at the very least from Tethys.
Right, I was about to say, how many people are on the council that represent Tethys?
None.
Speak for the people.
The priest.
Phaedron would have been the first, although I question now his loyalty to the people of Tethys.
The cleric or priest over on Tethys was very was aiding
Fair.
Phaedron, but only by necessity. When pressed with the needs of his people on Tethys, he
Chose the people.
he gladly chose the people over Phaedron and their interests over his.
I understand. Then sounds like they may be a candidate that we can look into. I by no means imply that these seats will be filled before you're leaving. But I think it would be wise to put names within the minds of our remaining members, myself included.
Would I remember his name?
I think you would.
What was it?
Would I remember his name?
I was gonna say,
the
dude,
priest's name.
I don't know if we ever got it.
I thought we did.
We did.
Because we talked to him like 3 or 4 times. When we first got to the island,
And
he's the
when
first
we-
guy we talked to.
And when the owl was there.
Yeah, that whole
that's
shebang.
right.
Well, and that's whenever after the guards left. he
Scroll
also-
back
Girl.
and find it if
Yeah,
it
And
comes
then-
up. But it's in my notes somewhere.
Basically, I would give her his name, not just the priest in Tethys. Because screw the one on the bridge. Not that guy. That guy sucks.
She understood which one you meant.
Oh, the crazy man.
Yeah.
So you'll just
Yes.
stay on the bridge.
Yeah.
Well then, you're welcome to make yourself at home. There are a few spare rooms up the staircase on the far side. I myself sleep on the ground floor. There should be ample room for all of you.
There is another one. I'm not sure if he's still in Eretheos. And he's an odd one, but you can rest assured that he will not be corrupted. Desentennial D. But his
Del Nathania.
Del Nathania.
You were close.
Yeah.
D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan. Yeah.
We should have known all along the answer was just D.
We're gonna make Sam Bowers the mayor.
Oh, yes.
I'll keep this name in mind as well.
Kind of really love that.
When we come back, it's
We're
not
like
going to be a council.
recommending him
Yeah,
for
other-
office.
It's not going to be a council anymore.
Yeah.
We're gonna make D.
It's gonna be a freaking communist country.
Yeah.
No,
D's
I
gonna
don't know,
be a
Sam.
dictator.
I just have priest everywhere.
So then,
We didn't get his name.
as the conversation winds down, you feel the weight of your day's adventure upon you. Although it was only a short while ago you awoke in prison,
Now we sleep.
you are going to be able to find rest just due to the immense, strenuous activity that you've undergone. And so you make your way to your rooms. You tuck yourself in, and you may hit the long rest button.
Hey.
Are we in separate rooms?
Only if you want to be.
I do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then I will copy down, because I only need 4 hours. In
Okay.
the first 4 hours, I'll copy down one of the spells out of the book. One of the 2 remaining ones.
Do you sleep with the tinfoil hat on?
Sure do.
Okay.
It's very uncomfortable.
I'm just asking.
Would like to cast Detect Magic before I go to sleep.
Okay. Casting Detect Magic on your immediate surroundings, you get no pings. Nothing appears to be magical in the vicinity, as much as you'd expect from a admittedly somewhat honest councilwoman of Merchant Affairs. All of you rest well enough, and as you awake before the sun. As you may recall, the equinox takes place roughly in the middle of the day,
Oh, yeah.
so it was still daylight outside when you returned. It is morning, but very early morning. And as you awake, the smell of freshly brewed tea and aroma drifts through your senses. Excuse me, I'm coughing on the tea. What would you all like to do?
Drazad, cartoon character style, floats out of his room downstairs.
Is it safe to assume the 4 of you sort of reconvene?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good morning, Arleia.
Thank you. I thought you might be getting an early rise, considering early bedtime. And I brewed a bit of tea. Would any of you like some?
Of course, you've been such a gracious host.
It's the least I can do. I know I was appointed to be ahead of this commission, but in reality I just wanted to do right by you. seems that you have done Eretheos a service, and I want you to know that I, at least, understand that. And though I have paid you for the service, it seems you may be helping me even further in the future. Please, help yourself. And she motions to the teapot. Cups are laid out for you to drink from it. And as you do, the tea refreshes you, invigorates you, and stills your nerves for yet another day in front of the remaining council members as they pass their final judgment on you. You've lost in their eyes before. But as Orlaith calms your nerves and steels you, ready for another bout, you feel confident that you will be found innocent. You finish your tea. The guards assemble outside of the door, and you all begin to make your way towards the council courtyard. On your way there, the sun begins to crest in the east and casts a bright light across the waves that you could only hear in the morning. The shimmer and sparkle of the sea that you now hope to be sailing upon in the coming days again puts you at an odd sense of peace. You enter the courtyard and notice that it has mostly been cleared. There are a few people moving about, mostly picking up what remains of the decorations
The
in
courtyard
yesterday's
is-
festivities.
Where the whole council thing was, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Needless to say, there are no more dead bodies decorating the courtyard. Phaedron's remains are no longer there. And Orlaith leads you to a large stone structure near the back of it. One of the larger stone structures, distinctly separate from where Phaedron's office was. You make your way into the grand hall of the Council of the Tides. And there, on the far side of a long hallway, lined by marble pillars, you see 2 out of 5 seats filled by a familiar half-orc and elven woman. 3 seats remain empty. But as Orlaith guides you past a small group of others who may have just met with the council, she bids you stay just at the bottom of the platform leading up to the seats as she takes hers, settles in, looks to the other 2, nods. You bring yourselves here today to be tried for crimes against Eretheos. What evidence have you brought to the contrary?
We have proof of the faked writ found within Phaedron's house. And I don't know who has the stamp, but show the stamp. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Bring it forward. I have seen it, but deliver it to other council members so that they may lay their own eyes upon it.
We also have proof, and I'll hold the puzzle box, of Phaedron trying to conceal the fact that these ships left on the very same day that the weapons were stolen. And I'll bring that up with you with the stamp as well to show.
and
So then he was keeping tabs on the vessels that may carry the contraband that we have been seeking out of Eretheos, out of our control. But nonetheless, it seems that we have been played the middlemen unintentionally.
And I do not have them, but I have already given Orlaith papers in regards to manifests yet to come in.
These documents show shipments that likely house future contraband, perhaps not as dangerous as what was brought upon our shores only days ago, but further proof of Phaedron's misdeeds.
When I bring the puzzle, or when I present the puzzle box and bring it up, I want to see if the other two show recognition.
Make an insight check.
Towards that. Dirty 20.
Okay.
30 twines.
3020.
The half-orc is looking at the papers, but just sort of glancing
Yeah,
at
can I
them.
make an insight check on his intelligence?
Can he? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I'll use the same roll I just gave.
I want to do that too. Oh yeah.
Oh,
And that's a dirty 20.
That's like 10, but yeah, great.
We both look at each other and we're like,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's not bright, and for you specifically, with your insight, you gather that he may have gained his council seat not by the merit of his mind, but the merit of his body. He looks like he's seen a lot of battle, and he might be a war veteran. Instead, he glares at all of you, occasionally glancing down at the documents, but he still appears to hold a great deal of suspicion. The elf, on the other hand, the elven woman, just for a moment, has a sliver of recognition as to what the puzzle box is.
Oh, when I place it on the table, I'm gonna look at her and say, "Do you recognize this?"
I've seen intriguing devices of this kind in my time, yes. Were you able to discover the cipher that opened it?
No, actually, we need help with that. Could you maybe open it?
It would take no small amount of time.
I don't know. I really think that you could do it.
Need I remind the charged that it is your task to bring your innocence to bear, not mine.
As mentioned, we did find that in there. And then I'm going to push the D on it.
It begins to whir and
Yeah.
spin open. It hisses as it unseals. I see. Such a contraption must have held quite a manner of secrets.
And you sure you've never seen it?
I myself have not seen this particular puzzle box. No.
Funny enough, though, we did only find this in there.
Nat 20.
She's seen it before.
Yeah. Funny enough, we did only find this paper in there.
In which paper?
The one with the shipments
bad.
leaving up. Yeah. What I told her, I'm not telling her that we found that black piece of paper in there. I'm
Okay.
purposefully leaving that out.
Got it.
What was the black paper?
The thing that we don't
cipher.
know that I'm.
Like
yeah, we have no idea.
Or
what
I
that
say
is.
the
Cipher has a
Right, yeah,
message we
that-
can't read.
The comprehend languages.
I forgot
I
that
see.
was on there.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, it seems that Phaedron knew what he was doing was wrong. And I would not put it past him at this point to have done what he did. Just days ago, I would have found it hard to believe that he would have compromised the safety of us Erytheans for coin. But it seems his greed knew no bounds, and perhaps this particular shipment brought with it an evil he was not prepared for. And so, now he has met his demise.
You're still seemingly suggesting that the obsidian weapons came here cursed.
I have no evidence in front of me to suggest the contrary.
Did you talk to anyone at the port the day all the obsidian weapons were robbed? And several people
We
held
also-
them and utilized them and nothing happened to them?
Could not curses be activated simply by being in a certain place at a certain time?
It is possible that they were cursed before we got here. The ship was staffed with Phaedron's people.
This is by no means an accusation.
We also do not have proof that it is his people, but very many a person that we met on our path who claimed to have known the Crestbreakers, and even hate them, said that this does not sound like something that they would have done. And we heard even further that Phaedron had orchestrated the robbery, but we could not find hard evidence proof. But just to let you know where that is coming from on our end.
While he's talking,
And how it might have gotten cursed on the ship ride here.
I whisper the spell to cast Detect Magic.
Make a sleight of hand check. See if you're noticed.
Not
What are you trying to see?
Huh? Paranoia.
I know what he's doing, I think.
7.
Got any bonus?
Oh, wait.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
It's a 6.
I'm taking the nat 20.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic.
It's gonna be like there's absolutely
Yeah.
nothing.
In this room, there are 2 items that distinctly ping. The dagger that the orc still brandishes proudly, the half-orc, and some item in the back pocket of the elven woman's dress.
Is it?
3 things. My hat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, the hat.
He knew what I was looking
Yeah.
for. I knew the hat.
The reliquary is also the 3rd item we were missing. I
No,
couldn't
I
remember the
know.
name of it, but that's likely what she has.
Would the reliquary have a school of magic?
If
since
it's
it
filled
has-
with a spell, it might.
But wouldn't the ability to hold?
It only lasts for 24 hours, so it would not still have a spell in it.
Well, unless someone
you
else
put
put
one.
something. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, I know it wouldn't have ours.
So I think
I will reach up to scratch my scales and message Orlaith that the elven woman has a magic item on her that I believe belonged to Phaedron as part of his bribe to them.
And she can respond, yes?
Yes.
I would think it wise not to press your luck here. I think we're making good progress.
I just slightly not looking at her, but
Mhm. The elven woman speaks. Well then, if this is what you have brought to us, I think you have a great deal of evidence behind you. I would call upon my council members, my remaining council members, to raise your glasses. And now the glasses seated at each of their chairs on an arm, instead of being filled with wine, is filled with water. By the way of Nerethus, who here finds our constituents guilty? She looks to Orlaith, who holds steadfast. She looks to the half-orc, who raises his glass, making eye contact with you,
I
and
do
dumps
not
it out
drop
on the
eye
ground.
contact with him.
Your eyes draw back to the elven woman. It seems your innocence has been proven, beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Wow. That guy pouring his drink out looked like doubt to me. No, I'm not saying that. But
The Council of the Tides has spoken. Thank you for your participation and for proving your innocence. This in turn means that you have done a great service to Eretheos in weeding out this corruption and ending it. I thank you for this, wholeheartedly.
we would also recommend that, and we've already passed this along to Orlaith, you warn those ports that these weapons might be making their way there, or risk tainting Eretheos' name.
I have a mage on staff who can do this. we are a young nation and have not formed many bonds with other countries outside of our own. This might be a great way to put a first good foot forwards before making the wrong impression by sending cursed weapons to our potential allies. Thank you. I believe our business has been... And then Orlaith chimes in. Actually, I'd hoped that we might use this chance to discuss some potential candidates for the Council of the Tides. Our allies here, who have done such a great service to Eretheos, as you have mentioned, you see a very slight smile creep across Orlaith's face, have suggested that we take up a different representative or multiple representatives from Tethys. Since we gained our seats in the war times, we have not had representation from outside of Anir, and I believe now is the time for unity amongst our people. Phaedron did not only harm Anir. Surely he has stolen from many of the people in Tethys. What say you? We can discuss who we may ascend the throne. What names would you have me consider? Adventurers?
Yeah, the priest man name.
Yep.
And
Chuck.
And D.
I'm unfamiliar with this Del Nathania, but I will seek him out.
You are recommending Delathania to the council?
Be very wary of him.
I think that's
He-
a bargain because you're gonna get a 2-for-1 right
Like
there.
I said, he is definitely not easily corruptible, but he might already be corrupted. When we left him, he was of sound mind, but we did have reason to believe that.
Why would
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh,
Sam,
man.
you're too honest.
No. I'm just saying, like, hey, seek him out because he might be a good guy, but also like, just be warned, he might be off his
not
rocker.
stable because
I rolled
have
two 11s. What am I? Persuasion?
Persuasion.
12.
But the
plus
priest, he is of sound mind and would be our first choice.
I think we are all in agreement then. We'll at least consider these names as we move forward in replacing the fallen council members who I do mourn deeply.
Can we be done with this already? I've been up all night. I'm tired. I don't care who sits next to me in this chair as long as they know how to vote.
Such a wise councilman.
Thanks.
Takes that at face value. You are released from our charge. You may go about your business and do whatever you please. Nerethus guide you.
I know it's a wealthy part of Eretheos, Anir, that we're on. But are there any like homeless?
In an ear,
Yeah.
none that you've noticed.
Okay. Never mind then.
As you begin to turn and leave, Orlaith steps up from her seat. I will escort them out. Thank you, esteemed council members. And begins to walk you out a bit nervously. You see that slight smile has not faded from her face. She feels very accomplished in this moment as she leads you to the entryway of the council chambers. So then, you will leave on my ship whenever you see fit. It is docked in the Sapphire Port.
I do not trust them still.
You do not trust...
Your council members?
Neither do I.
As long as we're in agreement there.
But when governing a body such as this, you must know when to fight your battles.
I agree.
Pushing your luck there may have ended everything.
Oh, I'm not saying we should have. I'm just letting you know.
You seemed quite happy to elect new officials.
When I made my decision to step down from my seat, I saw an opportunity to bring a new kind of peace to Eretheos. Not one that is marked simply by the absence of war, but one that is marked by unity between peoples. As corrupt as Phaedron was, as corrupt as I realized he was at the time, I thought that might be a good thing for the people of Eretheos. You could say I've become attached to the idea. Liabella and not Liabella. Shoot, I have the wrong name.
Liabella happens sometimes.
Liabella and Aiden have their place on the council. Aiden is a well-respected war hero with a good mind for military.
Not much else.
Not much else. But
No,
we need him.
Nothing else.
In times of war, he has proved invaluable. Liabella is corrupt. Yes, I know. But she is also shrewd. And the fact that she has ventured into darkness herself makes her eminently aware of the corruption of others.
Then maybe with that Phaedron, they have hope.
That is what I believe. Thank you for all that you have done. I will inform the rest of the crew that you will be boarding my vessel, the Ripple Dancer. Just, if you would, how soon would you like to leave?
Maybe in a day or so?
As soon as we can. The Obsidian is traveling.
Then one day's time we'll see you off to Nyvera. I may not be there myself, but know that I send well wishes with you, and we will send word ahead to my granddaughter.
Is there a message or something you would like us to deliver to your granddaughter?
If you could just tell her what happened here, why I must stay behind. I can't imagine that her life was hinging on me being there with her, but I do miss her greatly, and I hope that that feeling is mutual. Surely she will understand, and she is a woman of her work. I imagine that her work will satiate her until the day when I can join her there.
You will see her again.
I believe that. Thank you, the four of you. You are free to go.
Thank you.
Nerethus guide you. And Orlaith turns and begins walking slowly back to her seat on the council. As you make your way out, what would you like to do?
Let's go get some shoes.
I was going to be so petty in there. But
I want to go shopping.
The damn intense session.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I noticed when I noticed that the lady was like had voted for the council, the commission, whatever the hell we were, committee. I was like, I'm gonna suck up to her a little bit. I'm like, just because like we need 2 votes, and she already voted in our favor once. Like,
Right.
I just don't want to die.
I wanna,
You guys navigated that
Yeah,
really well.
I was ready to be petty as hell. Petty as hell.
Petty.
Petty as hell.
Do it.
I want to try to search for healing potions.
Okay.
And maybe like a leather armor that would not be a light armor. That would give me a higher armor class.
And I want books
Like hide armor?
I don't know.
to help you hide.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm looking for same thing to upgrade my armor.
Okay. You guys search the many shops here in Anir, as you're well aware that Tethys likely wouldn't have much of what you need. And I would say that what particular kind of armor are you looking for?
I mean,
Because I know you're looking
a
for
breastplate.
studded leather.
Hide.
Hide?
Or studded leather, yeah.
Some boots.
Let's see.
I'm looking for more mobility, so I'm looking for a breastplate.
Breastplate.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
And I would trade in my current armor. And it is a rich place. I mean, is this... And I don't know if this is a thing across the whole continent, but do they have places that sell like legit magic items, like a magic item shop, or
Yeah, I'm looking for a
Magic
library with like
It would be
scrolls
less-
and things like that.
you know?
Now
Or-
that you've been here for some time,
Right.
you and during your day searching, you find that it would be less of like a magic item shop in that a well-renowned shop might carry a rare magic item or a couple of uncommon items that they've managed to procure from ships passing through the docks. In specific, you are able to find some breastplate.
Okay.
The asking price is 450 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And you are able to find some hide armor. The asking price for that is a mere 15 gold.
Okay.
Are you telling me there's no mages RS on
Yeah.
our thing?
Yeah, there's no
There's no
book or
warlocks
scroll
and
shop or
witches?
anything like
Yeah.
that, or spell book or scroll shop. I
There
can't
are
say
some
specifically.
bookstores, but it is more casual reading
book.
than anything.
Did I find any
You imagine that
Yeah.
much of the magical reading would have been taken and housed within the depths already.
did I find any potions?
You did not find any
And that lady
potions. These
definitely knows
items
that that
are
book is
very
missing.
rare in this world, as you have come to know.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, the people of
Y'all
Anir
don't. That's why I
don't
want my
have
own
much
room.
need for such things.
Because I can't have y'all know my secrets, not until we leave this
Wait,
city.
what did you say?
I was like, y'all don't know that I stole that book. I said, that's why I was made sure I was in my own room, because I can't be
Forgot
having
about
y'all
that.
knowing my secrets until we leave the city.
Now, what you guys do find as you peruse the various shops are a few uncommon magic items. You have found a amulet of proof against detection and location, basically a anti-scrying amulet. A breastplate of necrotic resistance, a giant slayer rapier, a mariner's half plate, and you do actually find a scroll of sanctuary.
I'm interested in that.
I would be interested in the amulet.
How much that scroll be?
So the scroll is 120 gold pieces.
Sold.
Bought. You now have a scroll of sanctuary. The amulet is 10,000 gold. Even.
Why would you even offer that up?
I made a random shot before we started, and it was in there.
What about the breastplate
Yeah, what
of
it is?
necrotic resistance?
6,400 gold.
Oh, yeah,
Holy
yeah.
crap.
I mean, just pure resistance against the damage.
No,
type
I know,
is
and
pretty
we
good.
didn't have that
let me ask
between
you
all
something.
of
I already
us.
have resistance against necrotic damage. Would that be double resistance?
No,
Would
you
it-
don't get
would it
double resistance,
quanti-
sadly.
It would
Yeah.
heal you.
Yeah. And then what was the other two things you said?
Giant Slayer Rapier and Mariner's Half Plate.
What are those things? How
Uh,
much are they? Just give us a
Yeah,
Yeah.
start with
Give
the
us
price
a
first.
start of
Mariner's Half Plate is 2,200 gold.
Oh, nope.
which means you can swim in it.
Essentially,
if
while
I-
wearing this armor, you have a swim speed equal to your walking speed. And when you start your turn underwater with 0 hit points, the armor causes you to rise 60 feet towards the surface. As you can
That's
imagine,
Mariner
this is
half plate. You said.
Yeah.
Mariner breastplate.
Sanctuary.
Ooh.
Sanctuary.
Oh,
is, the
is it
first
half
level
plate? Hang
spell?
on.
Is it half plate?
It's half plate, sorry.
Ooh. Ooh.
We could
I'd have to borrow money from you.
I can give you.
What
I
about
can give you some gold.
What about the
It's certainly
rapier?
valuable in a
Yeah.
place like this that is in the middle of an ocean.
See, I realized
I
I
forgot to
messed
redo
up.
my
I should have
portents.
also bartered for the money of my weapons that got stolen
Yeah.
from me.
Sanctuary
That's where I messed up.
What?
Thank you.
What's the rapier?
Giant Slayer Rapier is 7,000 gold.
That's
just
an
to start
Elden
off.
Ring weapon, straight up. Like that's not.
Yeah. What does it just get
just
pluses
sounds
versus
like-
giants?
+1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. When you hit a giant with it, it takes an extra 2d6 of the weapon's damage type, and it must succeed a DC 15 strength save or fall prone.
We have to find a giant.
So instead of the regular half breastplate, I would have to borrow some money.
I'll give you 800.
Okay, and then I would like to barter or like negotiate that price down.
Well, I've had this in stock for quite a while, but it's pretty sought after. I mean, anything that can float you above sea level when you're riding on a ship taking you through the ocean is going to be
Right.
valuable here. What'd you have in mind?
Well, I'm going to trade in this armor, so we're gonna have that, and then I don't know. What else?
well, now
What
hold on. Odd. No disrespect, my friend, but
He is a fellow Dragonborn.
Oh, I don't know, Drazad. You make armor. Yeah, you make armor. What do you think it is?
Oh yes, let me come, and I'll come over and look at it, and I'll realize he's a dragonborn. Immediately speak dragon. Oh, and start shaking his hands and introduce myself.
I speak Draconic too. I jump in.
He kind of looks at you. No, just kidding. Just
It's a
kidding.
racist
Oh, dang it.
I'll ask him. Have you had? Has anyone come to? Are you sure this is magic? Have you detected any magic from it?
I assure you, this is magical.
Can you cast detect magic, my friend? Can you show me that this is magic? Otherwise, I have no reason to believe that this breastplate is magic.
We have mages who come throughout the town, and I've had several opinions in appraising the piece.
Okay, so
I would
if
not spend such money on
Yeah.
a valuable item
But
such
I'm
as this.
saying if
I
I
think
cast detect
without
magic right now, and I do not see it magic, what are we going to do?
I'm going to take the word of the people that I know.
Yeah.
Over a fellow dragonborn.
Persuasion check with deception check with disadvantage.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm so sorry if I fucked this up for you. I don't think I'm trying to, but
I want to help him. Oh,
3.
The fact that he's able to roll this is really just because there's
He's a
kind of that
dragonborn.
rapport there.
3.
Sorry, but I'm not budging on this, even for you.
No, that is fair enough. Okay, I do not blame
look,
you.
I think. How much did you say it was? 2,000?
2,200 gold.
2,200? I think 1,800 would be fair.
Persuasion check, flat.
Okay.
Here's where the bard comes in.
Yeah, I'll try. Damn, I haven't been rolling good. Woo. 20.
You drive a hard bargain, but I think I'd rather see the companions of my friend here able to survive at sea if that's where you're headed. 1,800 gold.
Okay, shake his hand. Sweet.
So you have Mariner's armor in half-plate variety. If you just search Mariner's armor,
Yeah.
it'll come up with all the different varieties you have half-plate. So it's actually pretty good for you.
Yeah, that's
That's
a lot
actually better
a
than-
lot better than the breastplate.
Mm-hmm. That's valuable. That's nice. Good find.
Let's see.
You owe me.
Yeah, I owe you 800 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Mark it down.
I am.
That's cool.
Write it on the back of that paper with all
No,
the
I
weird
just-
writing. I owe
I'm gonna
you.
call an IOU in
Yeah,
next time I want something.
for sure.
So, is there anything else that you all would like to do before departing?
I really can't think of any weapons or like any items in particular that I would be looking for.
Okay.
But
Lockpicks.
other than
You will probably have a hard time finding that on a near.
I would
But
have
if
to
you
go
wanted
the
to
Iron whatever.
go to the Iron Fair,
Yeah.
I would have you roll a survival check.
Okay. Oh, and I go back.
Sounds
and
intimidating,
I
but
go
really.
back and I get my 10 gold from that barkeep.
Lol.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. You don't have to roll anything for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he owes you, and he'll remember your face.
Survival? 10.
With a 10, you manage to get your 10 gold back.
Mm-hmm.
And with a 10, you manage to lose the 10 gold in the Iron Fair.
Oh, okay.
But you do find somebody selling a new set of thieves' tools for 20 gold.
So you spend 30, essentially.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, you
spend 20, just
Yeah.
don't add the 10.
Yeah, you just
Got
get
it.
your 10 back.
The survival check was to see if you get a little bit of your
Pickpocket.
gold nipped.
Yeah. Got it. Cool. Hey.
Did he see a tabaxi lady while he was down there?
Oh, yeah. Was she down there?
Make a perception check.
Whee. 8.
That's a no.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, she has left town or is lying very low.
I've got 2 wanted posters in my brain. For people. Is one of them. Are there any potions by chance in this shop or any of the near shops? Oh, you okay? I
So
didn't
the
know if
thing
you
about
answered or not.
my settings is that potions are
Very rare.
very
Okay,
rare,
that's-
hard to
yeah,
find.
yeah,
Yeah. It's a relatively low magic setting, and for the most part, people make do with the magic that can be done from a person. It's also to help balance alchemist artificers and make them better. As the 4 of you wrap up your preparations for your travels, you find an inn on a near, a place to stay and lay your head, ready to set out in the morning. I'll have each of you mark off an additional 2 gold for your stay there.
No.
You mark off 4.
Okay.
Why?
Tally.
Yeah.
I would like to try and perform to raise some money.
Okay. In the port, or where is your performance?
Wherever the richest people are, like wherever the higher end people
Wherever the
are.
richest people
Okay.
are.
Which it would have been
think
like
we just
back
met
in
3
the Sapphire Port, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd find the most success there.
Yeah.
It's definitely busiest there.
Yeah, so the fancy
Make a
place,
performance
yeah.
check for me.
Yeah, that's where you first got your gold. Remember?
Can
I
you give
imagine-
yourself inspiration?
I think you can. I think
Maybe
you can.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I always forget. I always look it up and then I forget.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
Do
no
we
for
have
now.
anything in the?
No.
Did all of it get used?
Yeah.
I think it all got used. Yeah.
Well met.
I have a quick question.
What are you rolling for?
So I know that you're
Performance.
Performance.
probably going to end the session soon.
I'm gonna port in
Can I
that. It's a nat 20.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry.
This is a new day.
Wait, you're doing this after we've slept?
No.
Or that was before we slept.
Before you slept.
Yeah, we're on
Okay.
our way back
Yeah,
in.
Yeah.
might as well use
sure.
my nat 20
Yeah.
that I got on my porting for
Yeah.
yesterday.
By all means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I go to start beating and it's like slightly off.
and then you start playing like a Jamaican like slower beat, like it's just like
Yeah.
a groove.
It's like a
instead.
record that was like
Yeah.
kind of slowed.
Others.
It's
Yeah.
over the
choose
course
a
of
creature.
about an hour,
Mhm.
you make 19 gold.
You cannot do bardic inspiration on yourself.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Good enough.
My only request is that if you're going to end the session, end it before we leave on the ship because I want to talk to people
Okay.
on the ship.
Before we leave.
Like
Well then.
find out about their lives on the travel.
Yeah, because I swear to God, if we get somewhere and there's all bad people again, I'm gonna lose it.
I meant like the party. I want to talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
y'all.
Oh, before we get on the boat.
Well, like just during the trip. So
Oh.
I don't want.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
not fast
I
traveling
don't
you.
want
Don't
a
worry
travel
about that.
montage. Is what I was trying to say.
In that case, the 4 of you, freshly rested, well supplied, find yourselves back where you all met in the Sapphire Port. As you peruse the ships, you find one moderately sized vessel, adequately called the Ripple Dancer.
We happened to see
The mother and child.
the Wake Chaser.
No, you would not see the Wake Chaser.
It would probably just.
That
be
was the
about
ship
where-
you came in
yeah,
I
it would
know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Be,
I was
it would
just
probably
seeing
be-
if it came back.
Makes sense. You make your way towards the vessel as the sun once again rises in the east, catches the sails, and the wind blows through the port, invigorating your senses and giving you a fresh feeling of a new journey, setting out from Eretheos and all of its problems to explore a whole new world opened up to you and ripe for adventure. That is where we will end our session for the night. And next week, we're going to be doing the Pokemon campaign that Sam runs. So make sure to tune in for that. Be ready, because we are not going to deviate from our weekly campaign schedule for a hot second. We definitely don't want to.
We have
it better
no
not be.
vacations
We have
planned.
no vacations planned.
We have no
PTO
PTO left.
left.
Yeah.
Good. I hope it's draining.
Yeah, it is.
So
Let's take
thank
a
you all
back.
for watching. Thank you especially to our sponsors, Tabletop Beard, for supplying
Oh,
us
yeah.
with the
Thanks.
amazing smells all session.
And some nice
Still
t-shirts.
there.
And some nice t-shirts. Be on the lookout for more from them in the future as they continue to be amazing sponsors for us. Can't wait to catch you next time. And until then, go out there and make some chaos.
Bye.
Bye.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That was a good one.
I can't believe.